Rise from your deathless slumber. You are a vampire, a creature of the night. Explore the unknown and start gathering resources. Survive a world full of danger. Hide from the deadly sunlight. Begin rebuilding your castle, piece by piece. The time has come to regain your power and claim what was once yours. Gather your army of darkness and conquer every corner of the world. Stalk the night. Hunt for blood. Become terror itself. Of the night have returned. The vampires are rising.
Well, all right. Hello, everyone. It's Thursday night. And you know what that means, right, Brad? Taking that to the bank so hard. It's that time of week where every Thursday... Excuse me, hold on. Had to clear my throat. Every Thursday, without fail, for 6 years since I started the Thursday tradition. Stream. You can count on it. As we say, as I say anyway, you can take it to the bank. Disclaimer, individual results may vary. Yeah, Brad checked in with me before work this morning and asked how things were in the G-Law house and if he could still take it to the bank that there'd be a stream tonight. And I expressed some doubt. But then I said, I always have some doubt. I think generally I'm worn out by the time I get to Thursday. Even though technically this is a short work week, I'm always worn out by the time I hit Thursday. When I get up Thursday morning and even when I get out of work Thursday evening, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so over everything right now. I just want to be left alone. I'm going to either watch something on Netflix or quietly build a vampire castle. Doubting is what I do best. Well, see, I specifically did tell Brad that, like, this, it's been like a stressful, like, hectic week since I got back to work. It's just been, well, I mean, it was a 3-day weekend. It's not like I was gone forever, but I talk about it like, I finally had to go back to work. But, yeah, it was one of those weeks. Even though it was only 3 days long, it packed 5 days worth of stress. And Kara, how you doing? Long time no see. I don't think I've seen you for a little while. Like, at least for a few months. How are you doing? It's good to see you. And Nick, formerly hello. Brad, formerly hello. Madros, formerly hello. I think I've covered everything. It says there's only 4 viewers. Let me see, how many people did I say hi to? 1, that was Kara's 1. Nick, 2. Brad, 3. Madros, 4. So, oh, you got a new PS5. Ooh, that's exciting. Are they still hard to get now? I know they've been very hard to get since release. But as you all know, now the thing is, if I were to get a console, PlayStation's pretty attractive to me. Well, I guess also the Nintendo's pretty attractive too. The Switch, that's it. I'm always like, what is it? The Wii, the Me, the Wii? What's the new one called? Oh, it's a Switch. Because the Nintendo's got all those special Nintendo things that only Nintendo has, that I grew up playing back in the 80s and 90s. But for like for the serious grown-up consoles, I feel like the PlayStation 5 brings the best exclusives. Like, most of what's on PC is also on console. But if I line up the Xbox exclusives next to the PS5 exclusives, the games I can't play on PC, PS5 just got a lot going on. They got some really good stuff. Oh, and they let you backwards compatible to the PS4. That's good. That was one of the reasons why I didn't get. I got a PS1 and a PS2, and the PS2 was backwards compatible. And one of the main reasons I never made a move on a PS3 is my PS2 stopped working. And then I was like, well, PS3 is like coming out or whatever, so I'll just wait for that, and then I'll be able to play my games on PS3, because I'm sure they'll make it backwards compatible. And then they made it like not really backwards compatible. Like the first ones that came out were sort of had limited backwards compatibility, and then pretty much they just gave that up, and like every other, like as PS3s kept being sold over that generation, they took the whole backwards generation, the backwards compatibility out. So, and I was like, at first I was like, oh, I heard the backward compatibility is not good. I'll wait to see if they work that out and maybe get a one with better firmware and stuff once they got it sorted out. But their solution was to get rid of it altogether. And I've been bitter ever since. I still have a whole bunch of PS1 and PS2 discs sitting in a storage closet, waiting for the day when I finally break down and get something I can play them on. And chances are I never will. I've got too many games now to go back and replay my old PS2. And I probably play all those on emulators on my PC now anyways. But still, it's the principle of the matter, you know? Oh, you got your Xbox working too. Sweet. Yeah, I've never had an Xbox, and the only reason I've considered getting an Xbox is because some of our best friends in San Diego, the ones that we used to spend weekends playing tabletop games with, they're a couple, and they are all Xbox. Like in their living room, they have 2 TVs and 2 Xboxes. They're into the Xbox, and they play a lot of multiplayer games, and so I was tempted to get Xboxes here so that my wife and I could play with them. But now with Game Pass, there's so many games now that are cross-platform, they have cross-play, that I've sort of stopped being tempted by that. Because up until a couple years ago, it was pretty limited games that you could play on PC with somebody online on Xbox. But now a ton of games you can. Neither one's able to download your legit copy of Sims 4? Like you had Sims 4. Well, don't you have to buy it per platform? Like, aren't the developers stingy like that? Or is it supposed to be if you... Because I know it seems like a rare thing, where they're like, buy the game once, play it on any platform. I think Xbox is starting to do that with games that are also on PC. You had a physical copy, but on what system, though? Was it on one of your PlayStations? Oh, you had a physical copy for PlayStation? Yeah, I don't know how that works. I know on like Steam and PC and all that, all the discs that I had for games, if I wanted them digital, I had to buy them again. But the thing is like, if it's PlayStation, you'd think, like, they're self-contained. So, it's a little bit different going to the Steam store and being like, I already bought this game on PC. Can I have it? And they're like, well, we're Steam. You understand? We're not, like, PC, the company. We're Steam. We're a separate company doing a separate thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I know that there's a lot of ins and outs about what you buy where and how when you can end up playing that and on what. But I'm sorry you got the raw end of the deal on that one, Kara. Sorry to hear that. You might be down to the last week for V-Rising. You only got 3 bosses left and a bunch of schematic writing first, Nick. Yeah, I sort of, well, maybe I've just slowed down on games this week in general, but I played the hell out of V-Rising for the past 2 weeks. Like, a crazy amount for me. Like, I did more gaming than I usually do, and it's been all V-Rising, and I've loved it. But I don't think I'm even getting close to the end. And just in the last few days, I've started thinking like, Lord of the Rings Online's. I almost was like, Lord of the Rings Online's starting to sound good again. Final Fantasy. I was watching Brad play Wildermyth this morning. And I was lurking him. And I was like, recently one of the content creators that I like, he finally played Wildermyth and reviewed it. And have you guys heard of Mortismal Gaming? He's sort of up and comer. He came up in the last year. And the thing that he does almost all CRPGs, computer role-playing games. He likes all the stuff like Baldur's Gates and Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, and Divinity Original Sin, and Pillars of Eternity. Those are his favorite kinds of games. So he's always looking at stuff, and his claim to fame is he reviews games after he 100%s them. Which, I never 100% anything. And I don't expect people who've reviewed games to have gotten that deep into them. But when this guy reviews a game, you know he didn't just play the first 20 hours and go, wow, that's neat. Like, this dude has been in and out and all over the damn thing. He knows it from beginning to end. And so that makes his opinion very informed. And he tends to have similar taste in mine. And so he's got a backlog now of all these games that his viewers are like, oh, review this, review that. And he hadn't played Wildermyth. And so he did a review for Wildermyth. And I mean, he's fair about it. He's not like, oh god, that's a bad. He's not someone that says everything's the greatest game ever. But he spoke positively of it. I mean, he did say, yeah, combat is a little simplistic, and it can get a little repetitive. But like the way that the dynamic storytelling of the characters unfolds can be surprisingly good. And that the combat's not terrible. It's just not. That was sort of what brought me down. I think why I kind of stopped playing it was I just sort of got. I mean, you're in combat almost all the time, and I got a little bit burnt out on it. But I always meant to go back because I never did one of the big campaigns where your people actually get old enough. I think they can die and stuff. Get old and die, and multiple generations. I did have where I had like the next generation. A couple of the adventurers' children were in the group, so there'd be like the old warrior and his daughter, the young whippersnapper mage, is now in the group, adventuring with them, and it's kind of cool. Like the completionist, I can't remember I mean, I know I've seen the completionist, but the completionist is never someone that I never devoted a lot of time to seeing. But I remember thinking the completionist was good. Isn't he like he's funny too, right? Like that's the thing. This guy is not funny. He's just a very reasonable reviewer. Like when he talks about games, it just seems like a very even. Like he's not coming out the gates going, "It was the greatest thing ever," or "That game was a steaming pile of dog shit." He's very even-handed in how he reviews. So I think there's something about his level-headedness in his reviews that, and his thoroughness in it, that makes me appreciate him. You had to uninstall Sims 4 on your PS4 to download another game, only to realize you needed PlayStation Plus to play said new game. That's another thing. I don't know how that works. All the premium services, like, hey, I bought a PlayStation. Like, oh, you want to use it? Here, you have to subscribe to this thing. Do you want the gold or the platinum version? It's like, what? I bought the PlayStation. I just want to play my games. Yeah. Get in line, buddy. Time to sign up for the premium monthly service, though. You know? So, I don't know. I mean, I do that with certain things, though. Like, you know, MMOs. I guess you could argue. Well, still, if you had an MMO you're playing on a PS5, you have to pay for the golden service, and then you still got to pay the MMO subscription fee. Consoles and they're nickel and diamond. They nickel and dime you to death, I tell ya. At this point, PCs seem simpler than consoles. I guess it depends on what aspect. The business model seems arguably simpler. It's sort of like, yeah, you pay for anything you come across that asks you to pay for it, you have to pay for it. But it's not like, hey, you're on Microsoft Windows. Better sign up for the Microsoft Windows Game Pass. Like, they have Microsoft Game Pass, but it's not like you can't play your flipping games on a PC if you're not like you have some special Windows subscription. That would piss me off. Yeah, slideshow gaming is no good, Kara. I agree. I agree with that. So, but yeah, I guess with V Rising, because the other wrinkle is, you know, I'm renting a monthly server. So, and I wasn't sure how much. I mean, I assumed maybe a month or two of interest, and then probably I was sort of thinking by the end of month 2, I was thinking that'd probably be the point where I figure out how I download the save files for the world and then log off if no one else is playing. But really, if there were, you know, I wasn't sure what to expect because V Rising seemed to be like really blowing up. And I didn't know if that would translate to several people who hang out here getting it and wanting to play on our server. So that's why I did it, was to make that option available. That if people who hang out in here wanted to, like, were interested in V Rising, not getting it just like because, oh, G-Law's, but I better get this because G-Law wants me to. It's not like that at all. But if there were people that were going to get swept along the V Rising, you know, jump on the V Rising train, that they'd have a place where they could hang out with us. And I've actually found, last week I was talking about performance issues were a little sketchy. It was like a day after I got the server. Performance, have you found this as well, Nick? Since that time, I've had absolutely zero performance issues. No lags, no nothing like that. I think, Nick, you might have been on some days you're on more than I am, but I think in the weekend, I was, on the 3-day weekend, I think I was on more than you were. I had no issues. Save it 2? I don't know what that is. Save. Is that Save Team Fortress 2? Eevee 23. Best Eevee in the internet. Just finishing eating dinner with the hubby. He made this mac and cheese with chicken and a truffle seasoning, garlic bread, and it was yummy. Eevee. My compliments to Skull Spinks, the chef. Now, I'm somewhat immune to his wiles, his culinary wiles this week, because this is probably borne out by the fact that I'm clearing my throat a lot. But I ate Taco Bell right before my stream. I didn't eat a ton of Taco Bell. But you know, the Mexican pizza is back on the menu, so I'm having Taco Bell more often, you know, these days for that reason. 1 month is probably enough. I'd say definitely not more than 2. Yeah, I just don't think there's enough content to sustain 2. I mean, really, the only reason I do more than 2 is if, well, basically anyone, like Nick, for example, if you just were so into the game that you did everything there was to do, but you just kept playing and wanting to, like, do more touches on your castle and build castles in new places and, you know, or roll a new character and start over. If you were like super into it, where in a sort of a unending way, and where you were still like super playing all the time, or anyone really, that's where I'd be like, well, I'll probably just keep it open. I don't want to yank the thing out from under anyone's feet. But I have a feeling it's a little bit like, for most people, it's going to be like Valheim. Yeah, there are a handful of people that kept playing Valheim. Honestly, I don't think this has that same level of sticking power. Because in Valheim, like in here, basically you can only build 2 castles. Well, I guess you can change the server settings to build more. But the thing that kept people playing Valheim is that the building, they could figure out so many creative things to do with the building, because the building system had lots of ways you could sort of creatively fudge it to do crazy things and make crazy structures and make them, and you basically had unlimited structures. So people stuck around and kept playing Valheim because they kept thinking of new, cool, crazy things they wanted to build. And I don't think the building in V Rising has that level of like 6 months later, people, all they're doing is building and rebuilding castles. I don't think there's enough there that anyone's going to do that. So, yeah, that's what I had. I had well, it was it's like a cheesy chalupa. It's got like a baked cheese on the outside of the chalupa shell. So, because basically I ordered sort of 2 meals. For lunch, my wife she does a thing where she has to go to work, to her office sometimes, like a couple times a week. And when she does that, if she comes back and it's near lunchtime, she'll like text me and be like, hey, do you want me to pick something up? Or she'll, like, she was tempted to get Taco Bell, and I'm like, do it. And so I usually ask for like enough to eat, and then maybe have a little leftover, especially stream night. I don't like to cook. I just like to be lazy and relax before stream. So I prefer to have something that's already basically ready to eat. So I got the cravings box with the cheesy chicken chalupa and it's got, I think, the 7-layer burrito or whatever, and a little thing of chips and nacho cheese and a Mexican pizza. So for lunch, I had the Mexican pizza and oh wait, no, it has a taco too. It has like just a regular taco. So I have that because those hard shell tacos, just the regular basic tacos, they're not the greatest to have for leftovers later. We'll just leave it at that. This game has grabbed your interest more than Valheim? Well, obviously it did, Nick. And frankly, I'm a little... Was it the survival mechanics you didn't like about Valheim? Because I just thought, like, based on your interest in Conan Exiles, that you would have liked Valheim too, because Valheim is a lot about finding creative builds, and that sort of seemed like one of the main things you liked about Conan. But I think the gameplay in this, I see is probably more in keeping with the kind of games that you like to play. Like, you do like Diablo and the action. Like, is that kind of one of the main differences? Is building aside, the actual gameplay loop feels a lot different than Valheim. It's a much different, like, I don't know if you say more polished experience, but yeah. I don't know. I would say it's more compelling to me than Valheim in that way too, but I got totally into Valheim for like a month and a half, 2 months. So you gotta look like Conan Exile, which you already had, and the teleporting thing you didn't like. So, well, the difference between a big difference in the teleport limitation between Valheim and V Rising is in V Rising, you're really never more than a 4-minute run from any place you want to get. Like, if you're not going to stop and fight everything, you can get from one place to another within a few minutes. And in Valheim, that game it's procedurally generated and it's unlimited. So as you spread out, you get to the point where, yeah, if you can't teleport there, you're gonna have to load up a ship, and it's gonna take you 25 minutes to get there. So you feel that limitation more in Valheim, I think. But again, I kind of liked it. It made me. I had my whole routine. I had to pack my ship up. I had basically what I consider to be my traveling supplies on my ship, and I would travel around and explore islands. It was like being on the Starship Enterprise. I had to explore on my ship, and then I brought the materials on my ship where I could make a teleporter. And so as I was like mining ores and stuff, I would dump all the stuff you couldn't teleport on the ship, and then I'd set up a teleporter right next to the ship, teleport home, dump the other stuff off, repair my stuff, grab more food from from my farm, take care of my household chores, hop back in the teleporter, take it apart, jump back on the ship. There was this whole like little gameplay loop I developed that I really was enjoying. It isn't unlimited. So the world would have a finite, like if you went far enough, you'd reach the edge. That might actually be it. I just never went that far. I know it's limited in the sense that you run out of biomes to go to and bosses to fight, but I don't think I never went far enough in any one direction to be like, oh, here's the edge of the map. But I think you might be right. Now that you mention it, Majos, I think you're right. You reached an ice area that was the end of the world. Okay, yeah. Because now that I'm remembering, all I know is there was a map that you got that was of finite size that I never went to the edge of. You need thousands of schematics, so you teleport to grind, and then have to run all the way back across to the map base. The other alternative, which, well, you're probably not going to play long enough for it to matter, but, you know, we each have 2 bases, and for the most part, that second base, the original base that I had, I still use it a little bit, because like trees and stuff are more plentiful in that zone. So if I feel like I need more wood, I might spend a few in-game days. I teleport to my original, I call it my vacation manor now, and chop down a bunch of trees. And as I'm chopping the trees, I'm running it to that castle and throwing it in the sawmill so that it's being refined as I go back out and collect more wood. And so that's kind of convenient. But I guess what you could do is just eliminate the first castle that you're not really using anymore, and just bring materials to make a very bare bones castle that basically just be a castle heart and some storage and maybe a research desk or whatever research room you need. And that might be too much of a pain in the ass. I don't know if you'd be in an area that long. But that was what I used to do in Valheim. Was when I got to an area, I'd set up what I consider to be like a cookie cutter, a basic base, just for dropping crap off. But yeah, I don't know. You reach the edge and kill some things that gave unusable materials, and there were a couple completely empty biomes. Okay, so probably things that are going to show up when they've completed the game. You start encountering, it's like walking off of the set in Hollywood, where it's like, oh, they haven't finished this one yet. I guess that's for the next season or whatever. It's like, here's some props for the next season. You consider destroying your original base to build close to the silver mine? Yeah, that's sort of what I mean. Like, do you ever use your original base for anything at this point? Because I'm not sure. Like I said, I do have a thing that I use my original base for. And also because there's a lot of fishing spots around my base, that I'll go there also to fish and hang out a few days and cut wood and fish. So I still make use of it, but really it's like I don't use that for any of my substantial. Like I haven't kept expanding it. It's not like I'm duplicating all of the workstations and special rooms and everything else in there. Oh, Evie, you downloaded Subnautica on Game Pass? Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, it's on Game Pass. And you didn't really care for it. Did you try using the Now that's really good that you were able to try it that way for free. Did you try the creative mode? Like, did that make any difference? Just sort of like overall it wasn't your style. You're originally keeping it for the teleporter point, but that's moot since you can fly now. Oh shit. Okay, flying is not a thing that I had, but also there are teleport locations in that biome. So then the question becomes like, is there something special about the location of your base where you teleport there and then use that area still? Like, you grind the copper. Well, see, the copper mill actually. There's the teleporter that's near my base is just as close to the copper mine as your hideout is, more or less. But yeah, just sort of whatever works, whatever. But I think in any event, I agree, Nick, that probably even if I don't finish everything, I'm probably going to have had enough of this game after maybe another week, maybe more. It's one of those games where I'll be like, I think it's played out. But then a few hours later, I'll be thinking about it again, going, this sounds like I get in there. I can start thinking about things I want to do in the game again. So, watching your sister's support puppy. Oh, that's cool. Hold on a second. Let me get my affairs in order here. Gotta launch the game, but I like to keep my login information a secret. I mean, anyone in here who got the game and wanted to play on the server, I'd give you the login information. I just don't want it to be on the stream for the whole world to see, so that some randy rando who I didn't give it to will get onto the stream. Ozzy the puppy. That's adorable. You tried freedom mode and somehow you got radiation poisoning. No, but the creative mode, though. Freedom mode, you can still die. Oh, hold on.
This
Stop it.
was ours.
Freedom mode is like the medium mode where it's still gamey, but there is a creative mode where literally you don't even need to gather resources. You literally can spawn all the resources you need. And the whole thing about creative mode is just being able to build without having to worry about getting the resources. And you can run around and explore without having to die at all. Nothing can hurt you. Now, to me, the downside of that is if there's absolutely no gameplay reason to explore at all, if you can already spawn all the material in the game. So that's why I was recommending if you're gonna try it, try freedom mode, because that takes away the most annoying things, which is the food and drink. But everything else is the same. And everything will still, all the weird crap will still kill you. Radiation, poison, dragon, fish, all that stuff. So I'm almost thinking if you didn't like freedom mode, then maybe the game isn't for you. Because some people like creative. They like that kind of thing. For me, well, Nick, do you play Conan on creative? Where you just spawn everything that you need? But yeah, I just can't, when you take all of the gameplay out of the world, all the danger out of the world, that's where I'm kind of to me that it just takes, creative mode takes too much away of why I play. All right. Now let's see about this. A mod that connects your game to a server where you can leave or read other people's messages like in Dark Souls. That's weird. That's kind of cool. On the flip side, I also don't know that that I'm that into so much into the Dark Souls messages that I do that. But that could be kind of cool though. All right. So my castle, I should have waited so I could give you the grand tour, because I made a lot of changes to my castle since last week. Well, I know the thing that they do in Dark Souls is the same thing, where it's sort of like the pre-crafted, like, different phrases you can put together and leave out in the world to see. I mean, it is kind of cool. I just know that in Dark Souls... Actually, in Dark Souls, I have paid attention to those. It's just, I did find that it mattered, because sometimes they'd give you a heads up about something, and other times they just tell you a useless thing that would make you think a thing that was there really wasn't. So, this is my same castle from before, except now, it used to be you ran down this little back road back here, and then it was like just a path going up a hillside. But now, look at this. I got the grand entrance, the statues. You get banned from the mod. Oh, jeez. Okay. So I guess they got like their own servers and everything with moderators and stuff. So, and then, you know, this is sort of the same entrance. But I've made this a bit more grand. So it's like I've separated the rooms into specialty rooms. So if you have them rooms that have all the right kind of flooring for the types of stations you have, it gives them a bonus. So this is actually, these arches here make it a set. These are doorways that I just haven't put doors into, but it makes it a different room. So that's my little thing to keep the openness of this room more or less, but this is like got the wooden workshop floor, and this has got like the metal forge. I think it's the forge floor. And then of course we still got Nick's room. Nick, I hope you don't mind. I've maxed out my castle territory. So I put a jewel crafting table in your room, Nick. This is supposed to be Nick's room. But I made up for it by giving you the giant, super big containers. I see you don't have anything in there anymore. Anyways. But, Nick, these containers are still for your use if you need them. And it still will always in my heart be Nick's room, even if you don't have anything in there. You set your sights on a different game. Let's see, it's an RPG in Switch 14.9 called Sword Elpicia. Oh, you claim the jeweler's table. Well, no, you can use the jeweler's table, but, well, it's a jewel crafter's. It's not the one where you cut gems. I don't know if that's different. I know there's another stage. I don't have that one yet. You can use it, but I didn't intend for you to consider it yours. I see Nick's now like, you can't use it anymore. That's it. Get out of my room. Damn, Nick. You said it was my room. Get the hell out. Mod is PC only because I like using Fallout Script Extender. Oh, that could be. I don't know. I never tried modding on a console because I've only ever played it on PC. I think it's a big deal that the last generation actually accommodated mods at all on console, because usually that just wasn't allowed at all. But finally, with Fallout 4 and Skyrim Special Edition, they had limited mod support. All right, so this is my throne room. Look at this. I started building this room last week on stream, and it was very bare bones. But now I've got all like the gold, and the fancy carpets, and the fancy walls with the gold and the blood red wallpaper, all the gold and the red. I got paintings up on the walls. I've got art. So much art. And my cool things. And then look over here. I got my study. My study is like a cheerful, happy place. Look, it's got windows. For some reason, these windows prevent the sunlight from getting through and damaging me. This is my study. And, of course, right next to Nick's room. Nick, you're welcome to use the study. But just because it's next to your room doesn't mean the study belongs to you now. Just so you know. So get it, you know. I always said make yourself at home, but not, you know, not to the exclusion of suddenly, hey, look, Brad Pritchard is here. Oh, looks like Brad Pritchard's come back from a mission successfully. What do you got, Brad? Oops, sorry. Oh, look it. I sent Brad out on a mission, and he got all these goodies. Now look at all those quartzes he got. Brad, good job. And Brad, if you're still here, in case you weren't aware, this was something that happened this week. As I added a few more minions to my castle, and you can use the minions to go out on missions, kind of where you be like you get on your throne, and this map pops up, and it's like you can be like, oh, I think I want to send Walter the Hobo to this one. Let's see what happens. We'll go with that. But I don't want to send anyone out because I want to see them around the base. While you guys are all here, you should enjoy seeing Brad Pritchard walk around my base. Me and Brad, we live far apart in real life. But in V Rising, we're roommates. Yeah? In a big castle. So anyways, yeah, so this is... There's my study, which is pretty cool. I like it. Makes me happy. No, it's Brad. Brad Pritchard. Right here. Brad. Brad from the chat. Remember? I don't know if he's still here. He's here every stream, but I think he's still probably working. There's Walter the Hobo. Walter the Hobo. Not bringing any successful loot. So this is officially my laboratory. It's got laboratory flooring. And, let's see, let me put some of this in here. Oh, I think I've been using this box for my silver. Have I? Or have I been putting in a box over here? Oh, there's my silver. Yeah, you gotta have a lab. It's definitely you need a lab. And then, and this is actually the station that produces rats. The vermin nest. It's out of resources. What do I need to put? I need to put bones and plant fibers. And then it will, quote, attract rats, which I can then use for my various nefarious purposes. Let's see. Let's get 500 bones. 500 plant fibers. Put it in the old vermin's nest. And now the vermins are being produced. Every respectable vampire castle needs a vermin nest, right, Kara? You know. And then this is this is the tailor. What is this? It's a tailoring bench. It is the tailor's floor. So this also has some glass windows and cheerful, you know, it's nice in here. The walls are kind of nice. They've got some, they're not dreary. It's kind of a nice warm, because you know, I may be a vampire, but you also know my overriding philosophy is I like spaces that are light and cheerful and to live in with a positive vibe. So I might be a Lord of Darkness. Oh my God, Nick, you scared me. Okay, so this is something Nick can do now. Now, I have a fuse form. I can turn into a rat, and I can turn into. The first thing you can turn into is a wolf, which is handy. It's like your travel form. You run fast, and I can turn into a bear. And the bear can roar. Pretty cool stuff. And then also I could turn into the human form. Human form is really slow, but it lets you walk around human settlements without them freaking out that you're a vampire. And there's also these wandering merchants that you can trade with if you have silver. But if you're a vampire and you try and approach them, they flip out and try and kill you. But if you disguise like this, apparently this is not suspicious at all. You come up, you can trade with them. Now, so far, the stuff they have has not been, like, super... First off, I don't have a lot of silver to begin with. Because it literally hurts... It burns you to carry silver. And if you carry a lot, it hurts you. So I also haven't gone to the zone where you can mine it and stuff. But I assume that becomes more... It plays more of a role in the next zone. Silver is like a material that I'm sure Nick can tell you all about, because Nick's pretty much an end game in this. He's done just about everything. But me, I'm still, you know, you start in the Farbane Woods. This is like the newbie zone. And then Dunley Farm is sort of like the big central zone where you spend the next portion of your career in. And then I think it's Silverlight Hills. And then the Cursed Forest, I think, is sort of, at this point, the end game zone. And then there's this grayed out area over here, which is not in game yet. So I don't know if it's just the next zone, or if that is the end zone, or that the end game zone. But that's not here yet. So for now, it's but I'm pretty sure, based on what Nick said, he's done all the Silverlight stuff, and he's probably doing a Cursed Forest, which is like the end. Nick's about to run out of things to do. But me, I'm still here in Dunley Farmlands. I've gone over to the Silverlight Hills a couple times just to scout it out. Most of the stuff, like just the wandering mobs in there, are a little too tough. A little too tough for me. I mean, I think it's I'm getting to the point where I can literally, like, I can fight the basic trash mobs, but it's a challenge, and any of the more elite stuff probably kick the shit out of me. So, oh, they're concurrent. I didn't know that. You need both. Okay, so I guess that could make sense that you have one. These are both adjacent to Dunley Farms, so maybe you've been making forays into both. I can't remember what I based my conclusion on, but someone who talked about this game, like in a video I watched, left me with the impression that this was like the super hard end game, like hardest, highest level, most difficult part of the game. Like it was significantly worse than this in terms of difficulty. And then that was their impression, and then they went on then to describe this as the current end game zone. DNA of the soul. I don't know that. I don't know that, meme. Have I played Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance? Is that the one by Platinum? Is it Platinum Games? The same guys that do the... Now I can't remember what the hell it's called. I played a game once. It's like a super actiony, slashy, swordy, shooty, lady with big jiggly boobies game. Anyone know what I'm talking about? I played it once on my channel. It's super popular. And that's the Metal Gear Solid one, where it's very slicey, dicey, swordsy, choppy, fighty. Yeah, okay. I think we're talking about the same game. I don't know why I can't think of that other game. It's where you're fighting like angels and like forces of heaven and hell and all that. Or you're working for the devil. I don't know. It's been a few years. I just remember thinking it was cool, but it's much more action oriented than I was into. And I think that's why I've looked at Revengeance, Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, a bunch of times, Kara. Bayonetta, yes. That's exactly the one. It's the same people who make Bayonetta, and the gameplay, like the combat, is very similar to Bayonetta combat. Stylistically, the game is different. I mean, it's not, Bayonetta's pretty, I don't know. It's like a high-paced, high octane action and boob jiggling simulator. But yeah, at the end of the day, generally that level of action combat is not appealing to me anymore. Maybe it would have been 20 years ago, but it just usually tends to wear me out. I was surprised I played Elden Ring as much as I did, but the thing about Elden Ring is you sort of choose the pace at which you encounter combat. But when you do, it can be hectic. But you can do a lot of stuff that's not just hectic combat. Whereas those are games like those are basically like you don't fire them up unless you just want to have like full-on combat. Senator Armstrong, one of the best video game villains. Oh, all right. So, oh yeah, to continue my my tour. So now we've got, and look, there's the rats. They only spawn 6 at a time, thankfully. And then here's my. This is my the castle heart. It's the beating blood heart of my castle, my domain, my super schmancy casket, and this is basically the crypt. So all of my servants are they're servant vampires, and you can have a certain amount of, like, my castle heart's now at level 3. I think Nick's at 4. He's maxed out. It's the most, but at level 3, I can claim 150 squares of territory, which I have. I'm using all 150. And you can have 7 servant coffins. Now, right now, I only actually have 3 servants. So I've made 6 coffins. I'm only using half of them. So, well, obviously haven't been that concerned about collecting servants, but I keep my eye out. You look for high quality people that you convert to vampires. High quality people like internet celebrity Brad Pitchard, for example. Welcome back, Brad. I don't know if you were here, but you were here all along as my vampire buddy. My vampire buddy, Brad Pitchard. Yep, there you go. Look, Brad. Look how dashing you are as a vampire servant. Walking the halls. Nanomachines. They harden in response to physical trauma. You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me, Jack. That sounds pretty badass. Alright, so out here is my little... Here, let me close this. I don't want the rats to get out. It's my little cemetery. I haven't made use of this at all. I just wanted them to be here in case I did. And I think there's some thing I need to farm grave dust eventually. But I don't have the recipe for that. What's this? What is a chance for scourge stone and grave dust? I don't really need this stuff. The skeleton priests. But yeah, so I've already decided I wanted to spawn some undead in here that I could grind their mats for. I have that option. Carry on, Walter. Senator Armstrong has a good theme, huh? That's cool. So yeah, this is my throne room. I got my vintage bloods here, but in fact what I use this for is my potions. I was poking around your castle the other night, Nick, and I was impressed to find that you had like logical organization. So you had like a huge blood cabinet, like twice as big as this. And I was curious that, like, if it was just decorative or if you're using it for something. I looked and you had it completely filled up with these blood essences. And I was like, good on Nick. Nick is actually like, he's following the theme of it. So yeah, I got my little fireplace over here. My little, it's nice. I sit in my chair, I relax, boss my servants around, throw shit into the mimic. It's great. You were here, you even sent a message, but then I was message blind. I thought I talked to you earlier, Brad. Oh yeah, you saw that. What a good job I did. I lost track of it. There's so much going on. I'm playing the game. We're talking about Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. There's a lot of threads for me to track. So here's my little courtyard. Now Nick also has a pretty sweet courtyard, and his is like the center of his castle. But for me, this is sort of like the edge. So I've got like this sort of walkway that goes around, and there's just arches, and there's the like the pond out there. It's just like a little, sort of it's cool. I like it. And then you come over here, and I gotta watch the. Hey, I had horses here. Did they run off, Nick? Did they die? What happened? I had 2 horses out here. You have to keep them in an enclosed area so they can't get away? I thought once you dropped the horse off, it just lived there until you came back again. Anyways, so yeah, this is it's a delightful walk as I burn to death from the sun. Oh, so if I just leave them alone. And so this is the alternate entrance to my domain. There's like a path that runs along here. And there's another stairway. You can walk down the path, so the back road. You come here, and there's another grand entrance. The grand entrance with the statues and the grand stairway coming up. And then you come up here, and there's a nice little garden. Don't want to burn to a pile of ashes, but it's a nice little garden. I got blood roses. I got cotton growing over here. I'm not really using that to harvest. In this game, one of the ideas to like really play it strategically is actually to have dedicated gardens where you're literally farming these materials. So far, I've just been placing these more almost just decoratively. And like I got a couple sunflowers here by the bench. And then I kept the ruins in the background to just see me sort of a, this is the main purpose for this. This is probably why I've run out of space to claim, because I have all these areas that I've just claimed and just used for frivolous purposes that make me happy to look at. This is a very impractical use of my territory, except insofar as that it makes me happy to look at. Have your inventory open to your horse. It opens up, and their water inventory will tell you how long they'll live. Oh, I've never done that. I knew that there was some mechanic about water, but then once I was riding them, I didn't notice anything about like a water meter going down, and I wasn't looking close enough when I opened my inventory near them, I guess, to realize that was there. Because then I thought, well, maybe that's a mechanic they don't have in the game yet or something. Oh, and also, there's my study, which is, when I'm not sitting on my throne in opulence ruling. I come into my study and I just hang out, and this is my cool place. I come in here, I sit in this big chair. Well, you can't actually sit in it, but I like to think I come in here, I sit in my chair, I can see my garden out the window, and then if I need a little breath of fresh air, I just, I come out over here, just go, all right. Just have a little walk in the garden. Just don't mind the. Oh, mostly you go on a little walk in the garden when it's moonlight. A garden walk by moonlight. Have a little walk. Come over here, smell the flowers. All right, sunflower. Hold on, don't burn to death. Come over here, sunflower. Get sit. Bring the book. Sit down on the bench. Relax. It's good times. It's good times. And then come back inside and don't burn to death from the sun. And then the last thing I have is, this is sort of this is sort of my, this is my castle grounds proper. But then there's the stairs. It's like, oh, where do these stairs go? Come up here, come up, and then, oh, what's this? What's this building? It's my prison. This is where you capture people. You put them in here. You could drain their blood into bottles. I got one guy's blood here. This guy doesn't have very good blood. I think I'm gonna wait till I got better people's blood. You can put their blood into bottles and carry it with you. So when you're out in the road, you start running low on blood, or if you need to be ready for a good fight with some high quality blood, this is where you can specifically target people with very high quality blood. 41% is not that great. And if you capture them, you can put them in here and have access to, you drain their blood into little bottles and carry it around. So now the downside is this whole mechanic where if you drain their blood, here, I'll do it. You drain his blood, and here's his health bar, right? So you drain his blood, and then a couple things happen. It takes a certain amount of his health, and the draining can actually take 30 to 60% of his blood. It looks like this time it took about 50%. And he had a misery score that was at 0, and now it's at 13%. So I could feed him rats. Each rat will give him 20 to 30% health back. So let's give him a couple rats. It can take him a few minutes to eat those rats. Not going to improve his mood. I did discover the hard way. The guy that I was farming with the 57% blood, he was down at one point around 40 to 50% blood drain, and I was like, well, what happens if I have blood drain and there's a chance of going over the amount he has left? What happens? Well, it makes perfect sense. He dies. He just dies. You don't have that servant anymore. So this 57% blood that I've got came at a cost. It was our first prisoner who was in this cell, rest his soul, died in the name of science when I asked the question, what happens if I drain blood when his blood's already kind of low? You know? But now we know. Now we know. Because, science. But the thing is, especially getting their morale back, you have to feed them like a special kind of fish. And I found that fishing and to get that special kind of fish is kind of rare. So having learned that, I think I kind of decided, like, I don't want to farm this guy too much for blood. Mainly because I don't want to waste the resources to cheer him up again after I take the blood out of him. I can understand why he'd be depressed. I understand, but apparently you give them, if you put someone in a cage and take all their blood out, but then you feed them rats and then give them some special fish, they just cheer right up. So send out servants for fish, because fishing sucks. So when you say to send the servants out to fish, or for fish, you mean send them to locations that include fish as important ingredients, and then via RNG they may come up with the kind of fish you're looking for. Which I gotta say, the actual fishing is not that much better. Half the time you don't even get fish, you get like, oh, I got a copper bar. Which, like, if I wanted copper bars, I'd mine the copper nodes that I can't go 5 steps without tripping over. When I go fishing, I want fish. Damn it. And if I could go to some special place where I know I'm more likely to get the kind of fish I want, even better. You really only use your prisoner blood for boss fights. I liked the idea of having, building up a supply of blood that I could carry around. Now, I don't use it routinely. Like, literally, the only time I've used the blood was in that situation. I made like a couple of these bottles, and I used it when I was fighting the Church of the Damned. I killed the guy on top of here. There's an undead commander, and you get to the top, and there's a boss fight. So I found it was after the first time getting up there and failing, I came back prepared, and part of being prepared was having an extra bottle of 57% blood, which at this point in my game, 57% blood is pretty good. But what I'd like to do is have 100%ers have like 100% of the various kinds of blood. and then just be able to tap into that blood, have the resources to tap into that blood when I'd like to. Like for example, if you drink a worker with 100% blood quality, it like super increases your resource gathering yields. So, you know, it'd be nice to be able to, like, you know what? I think today I'm going to chop down some trees and do some mining. I'm going to drink some of that worker blood so I can, like, collect the crap out of everything, you know? All right, now I haven't been looking at the chat. There's the fish thing. Morbid time. Yeah, it's good. Careful whose blood you consume. You may get a disease. Now, that I don't think that could happen to me, but your servants can randomly have injuries, and I think I did have Brad Pritchard came back from mission, and he was ill and it said that it was because he drank the blood of a villager who'd recently consumed garlic. So they do have sort of like watch the kind of blood you drink in the game, but only as like a random event that can happen to your servants. Like I've never had a thing where I've gone and sucked someone's blood and they were like, oh no, the guy, he's got the, you know, he's got the sex pox and you drank his blood. It may not be high quality, but door-to-door salesmen, bill collectors, etc. might as well be volunteering for your service. Yeah, well, you know. That's why I have these big, grand, welcome entryways. They're like, you gotta have only the ones with the highest quality blood are gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna sell this guy some encyclopedias, god damn it. You gotta have some big salesman cojones to walk up these steps to this place like this. It's like, hey, this place looking a little, it's okay, I'm still gonna come in here. Excuse me, sir. How would you like to be your own boss? You come in. Oh, yeah, come in. Yeah, how'd you like to cut out the middleman and be your own boss? And then you say, well, what is it? What are you trying to talk about? And they'll say, well, Glaucus, because my guy's name is Glaucus. It's like G-Law, except like old Roman times. Well, Glaucus, let me ask you a question. If I told you you could make 100,000 bars of silver a year to come catch butterflies with me, would you do it? And I'd be like, well, yeah. And he's like, of course you would, Glaucus. Of course you would. He'd nod knowingly. And I'd be like, yeah, well, what's the job? And he'd be like, well, Glaucus, why don't you come to a seminar next week? And then as he's saying that, I'd just be like, hey, why don't you come up? Wait, tell me more about the seminar. And I'd be like walking him up here. Hey, look, let's walk to my let's walk up here. I want to hear all about the seminar. You go, oh yeah, well, you know, come to the seminar and you're gonna learn all about like all the things about the bit. And I'm like, ha ha! I put him in here and feed him rats. Is that what you mean, Nord Chaos? What, Keith? Oh, I haven't said hi to you for 16 minutes. It's a record. Oh, Keith, you have my sincerest apologies. I feel terrible now. In fact, just in the hopes that it makes you feel a little better, I'll say I was having a great time, and now I'm very sad. Very sad that I made you feel unwelcome. So, hope you're happy now. I'm gonna need to open some whiskey. Maybe I could sing a song. Maybe I should get a pickup truck. I get a pickup truck, grab a bottle of whiskey. I'll drive. I play around, Keith. I grab a pickup truck. And now I'm looking around here and I notice my lady's not here. My lady left me. I'm not sure if I had a lady, but... Well, I guess Nick plays a lady character. My lady left me. My truck broke down. My horses ran away or died. Actually, I think they died. My horses died. Being a vampire is not all it's cracked up to be. That's all I'm saying. You may look and think, oh, gee, he must have a great life. Look at that big castle he lives in. Look at, he's got that demonic-looking teleporter with the scary mushrooms around it. And, he's got all the best art and the awesome carpets. But then you get to know him closer. You get further in. And I don't know if you can see it in those glowing, smoldering red eyes. It's just a hint of sadness behind that smolder. Maybe his lady left him and his horses died because I didn't give him enough water. Maybe Brad Pritchard got a disease from drinking the wrong kind of blood. Came back, defeated from his mission. Oh yeah, I'll show you Nick's castle. Because Nick's got a teleporter that I can go to. You gotta have cojones. Go to the door of menacing vampire. That's right. Oh, I have shit on me. Sorry. Part of the byproduct of streaming while I play this game. Alright, I just gotta go to everything. Dump whatever they got. Although, let me grab some of these rats. I think. Yeah, put that in here. Oh, look at this. Those quartz I should put straight into the smelter. The furnace. Alright. Let's, oh, we're getting a nice little collection of glass here. Maybe glass is not going to be such a bottleneck as I thought. Put that in there. Sort that. Put that in there. That in there. A place for everything and everything in its place. This is where my tailoring supplies go. Then I think, oh, this, I don't need the blood essence on me. Alright, now I can go in the teleporter and take the teleporter to Nick's house. Well, first I can show you, I was talking about my summer home. It was my original castle. It also, in the newbie zone, it also has a teleporter. So that's where when I decide it's time to, like, go fishing and chop wood. I haven't expanded it too much, but, you know, it's a little more. I've got paths outside. It's nice. And I've got my little prep room and some dedicated rooms here. So this place is a little nicer than it was originally. And it's still, just in case Nick needs it, Nick's got his own little special room. Let's see, has Nick been in here? Nick has 2 silver coins in here. Hey, Ethan, howdy howdy. And hello, Overlord McGeek. I know you've been here for a while. But I didn't say, I don't think I said hi. I've been terrible. Keith, you're in good company. I didn't say hi to a ton of people. And then Brad said something and I ignored him for a half hour. So, yep. That's one of my specialties. Missing chat and ignoring people. And occasionally, that's why I put so many disclaimers on the D&D streams. The D&D streams where I don't even read the chat. So it's like whenever I announce a D&D stream, the description is like a paragraph worth of disclaimer, and the D&D stream itself, like, no chat interaction. No chat interaction. G-Lo will not be reading the chat. Because I know people come in and be like, G-Lo! You're not gonna believe what happened. Wait, slow down. I gotta catch my breath. G-Lo! I came here. I got something to tell you. I can't believe it. Everyone, look, gather around. Gather around. Nick, I think you know where I'm going with this. Everyone gather around. That's what I'm to tell you. It's gonna blow your flipping mind. All right? So let me catch my breath, for goddammit. Let me catch my breath. Okay. All right. So, I was at home, minding my own business. I was playing with my army men. I like to go in my backyard, play with my army men. I was sitting there playing my army man. I had a little guy with the bazooka. I had a little guy with the rifle. I had the medic. And then the dude with the grenade. You know, has an arm hold back, throwing the grenade. Right? I got times. That's what I do. I do it in the backyard. That's what I was doing that day. All right? That's not important. That's important. But you need to know for context. That's what I was doing. I was in the backyard. Right by the big old rock where the bushes are. You know what I'm talking about, right? In the backyard. And then, much to my surprise, I heard quite the commotion coming from the other side of the yard. And I looked over, I saw my sister. She was rushing around some bushes. There's some bushes on the other side of the yard, too. She was rushing around the bush. So I kept playing with my army men. And I was like, General Gordon, what are you doing? Oh, send the troops immediately. You know, as you do, playing with the army men. And I heard more commotion come from the other side of the yard. And I said, Glenda, my sister. I said, Glenda, what the devil is going on over there? I'm trying to conduct battlefield operations with my army men by this rock and these bushes. And Glenda didn't say a word, but her eyes were wide and her mouth was agape as she turned towards me and held out her hand. And in her hand, Nick, do you know what it was? I'm gonna let Nick guess. I want to leave you all in suspense. What could have been in her hand? I'll teleport to Nick's castle. Or wait for Nick to... Everyone needs to wait for Nick to guess. Nick? That is exactly what it was. In her hand was a pristine specimen of a classic bluegill yard lizard. Like nary a lizard I'd ever seen. It was the perfect specimen. Robust, fearless. Looked like a little miniature dragon with no wings. It was amazing. And so, G-Law, I come to your stream now and relay this to you. That, in fact, what did happen to me this weekend was I witnessed my sister caught a lizard. Bluegill lizard. Look it up. Look it up. Bluegill lizards. Classic yard lizards. At least where I'm from. And then he looks at the chat and he's like, wait, I just spent 15 minutes regaling G-Law about this story. This impossibly, incredibly amazing story. G-Law didn't even notice. He's just playing Dungeons and Dragons like I'm not even here. I think G-Law hates me. That's the only... G-Law must hate me. And then at that point, probably Nick or Brad or someone would pop in the chat and be like, oh yeah, he's dungeon mastering, so he's not looking at the chat today. And they'd be, oh, I see, I understand. And then, all's well. All's well that ends well. And then maybe I review the chat later. Go back. Sometimes I look back over those D&D chats, because there's not usually that many people chatting. Just see who dropped by and who said what. So if that scenario ever did happen, I could still be aghast with shock and awe, trembling, but it would be like a few days after the stream, you know? So that is my depiction of the time someone came into chat to tell G-Law that his sister caught a lizard, but G-Law was not paying attention to chat and ruined it all. Okay. Ruined the whole story. Classic G-Law. All right, now we're going to Nick's main place, and he has it. He has it in his courtyard. So, which is quite nice. He has a living horse, unlike me. That's fancy. And he's got the benches. It's really a delightful little court. The little these are actual decorative planters. It's very, very nice touch. This kind of fountain, I don't even think I have access to this running fountain yet. That's nice. Yeah, look at Nick. My name has a 44 over it. And Nick oh no, I didn't even notice that Ben died. Big Ben is my brute that I made. It will count as a well, so you can fill up water pouches on here. Oh, that's cool. It's very cool. So let's see. We'll do the grand tour of Nick's place. Nick's got definitely a different style than mine, and I think honestly, Nick's castle feels a lot more like what you would expect if you came to like a vampire castle, right? So look at the big gargoyles, the gothic windows, and then you come inside, and there's the big. Now I like this that he's got the heart core here as a centerpiece in the throne room. Like his throne room is larger than mine, and at this point, I'd have to tear some stuff out because I thought after I saw this, I actually wanted to put my heart back into my throne room, but I was like, no, my throne room, I need to make it much bigger to put it in the throne room without cramping it up. So, but yeah, so he's got this courtyard in the middle, but then he's got hallways around the edges leading all into different rooms. So this is like his crypt where he sleeps and where he admires himself in the mirror. And then yeah, like it's different, the workshop. And then these different little areas. This is the thing with the blood where he's got all the blood in it. Look at that. And I like these little areas too. He's got like just he's got the fireplace with the bearskin rug and nice little seating area and bookshelves. It's just a nice space. And then his castle is almost like a labyrinth where there's just like my castle is just like, here's a room and there's a room next to it, and it's all like, here's a room next to it. But his castle is like a little, like if I was in a castle, I would expect it to be kind of a vampire castle that would have like hallways, and if you were really in it, you get lost and you could get turned around, and you know you're running, the vampire's chasing you, and you come down and oh no, let's see, he's got his prisoners. Well, I think you've got it more streamlined now, because before there were some dead ends too, because not every room had been utilized yet. Let me see here. There's still any dead ends? There's everything it looks like everything leads to something now, which actually is better. A back hallway for ease of travel. Okay. And here's his crypt where all his servants sleep. And this is the one room that is still like ready to serve a function if one becomes available. Oh, this is my room? Oh. It's nice, Nick. And there's a couple squares out here, so I could plant a garden. This feels like my own little private entrance here. Oh, Nick. I thank you, man. Yeah, I gotta think about what I could do with this room, because that'd be helpful if I start doing forays into here, having my own storage space and then access to all the Nick's workstations, just on the sly. I wouldn't presume to call your workstations mine, but if I saw something wasn't being used, Maybe throw some stuff in there. Hello, living horse. But yeah, so Nick's place is up here too, which is near that area, that high level, the cursed forest, which I have not even set foot in the cursed forest. Too scared. Too terrified. Oh, the lizard is your Argodian character in Skyrim? Yeah, it's all fun games till gargoyles come to life and attack you, for sure. So anyway, so that's Nick's place. Nick's place has evolved very steadily over the last week. You might be able to go into the cursed forest. Oh. Oh, I guess I'm level 62. I didn't realize I was so high level. Or my gear is that high level anyways. You're still a, Nick is still a level skull to me. Kara, you going to bed? It's midnight? Alright, that's fair. Truth be told, I'm probably not going to stream as late as I sometimes do, because, we're going camping tomorrow. That's one of the reasons why I was stressed out, is because when we're leading into camping, we do lots of preparations in the days leading up to it. So I've been, actually, I feel bad too, because my wife's doing all this. We've both been running errands, during the week. Like, we went out and got our camping food yesterday. Went to a couple places. I got some more adventure meals. Guys, remember my adventure meals I was so excited about? Although I'm sad I couldn't find the biscuits and gravy. They were sold out. That's where it's a pouch where you pour boiling water into it, and it turns into like biscuits and gravy or macaroni and cheese or whatever else. Good stuff. A third is it is poor man's Huel. Although one could argue it's poor man. It is. Well, actually, no, it's more expensive than Huel, but it tastes better. It tastes a lot better. But it is not. If you try to eat adventure meals for every meal, you probably end up, well, depending on how healthy you were going into it, probably by the end of a month, if all I ate were adventure meals, I'd be in the hospital. Someone who came into it healthy and robust probably get away with eating adventure meals for a little longer. But they are high fat, high sodium, high everything except for the stuff your body, I guess sure you need the sugar and fats and carbs, but not in the quantities delivered by adventure meals. Those are only meant to be for special occasions. All right, well, Nick, well done. Do I have an emoji that I can applaud Nick? Well done, Nick. Very, very nice. Very nice. Let me see this. What else can I do? Well, I don't know what this does. Yeah. No. Disregard. I'm sorry. Sorry. There. Well done, Nick. And thank you for giving me, where was it for my reference? I come out of the teleporter, shoot off to the left. Nope. I'm already lost. My room's over here. Okay. All right. Good deal. Hey, Remington, bro. All right. Good deal. Now, Nick's place is wonderful, but there's no place like home. There's no place like home. And now I can walk through my garden without getting burned by the sun. Smell that fresh air. Come into my study. Let's see. Let's let's grab a book. Grab some of these scrolls. Come out in the garden. Come sit, hang out on the bench. I can only pretend to sit on the bench, mind you. There. Sit. Hashtag sit. And there we go. Here we are at my lovely garden. Back home. At my castle. Oh, the days. Day 729. Boy, time flies, huh? Let me see. What am I missing something? Okay. I usually. Wait, where's all? Oh, right. I was like, where's all my potions? I used to keep my potions in there, and now I keep my potions in here. Yeah, that's what I usually have. And then I got my garlic resistance potion. 1 week has been 700-ish days. Yeah, what is it? Has it been 8 or 9 days? It's been probably about 9 days since I got the server, right? Today this evening would make 9 days, I think. But, it's a persistent server, so time doesn't stop when we leave. Keeps going. Time keeps on something. Into the future. You know the song. You know how it goes. So, see, the problem right now is I'm not even exactly sure what I want to do. One of the things that you figure out to do is, like, they give you these quests that's always sort of give you, like, the next big thing you want to do. This is construct and interact with the Eye of Twilight. And, let's see, the Eye of Twilight requires 4 gold ingots and spectral dust. Now, I don't know where to get gold, but I got a feeling it's up here in this cursed forest. Because Silver Light Hills doesn't sound like the kind of place where you go to get gold. And I know it ain't the Dunley Farmlands, and it's not in the Farbane Woods. So, alright, well, yeah, that's what's kind of cool about doing a multiplayer server is 99% of the time, at least the way that I like playing games like this, I'm doing my own thing. But I think it's cool that, like, Nick also lives in this world, and that if I am going to do something tough, Nick can help me if he wants to. Now, so far, because he's played more than I have, I don't think I'm in a great position to offer him that kind of support. If he's going to do something hard, and he's like, G-Law, will you not come with me while I fight this Uber Skull level boss? I'd be like, oh, no. So all I do is make eye contact with the thing, and I probably just crash to dust. But it has been nice on a handful of occasions. Nick and I have gone boss fighting, boss slaying. It's been kind of cool. And then just in general, to be out in the world doing your thing and crossing paths. And it's like, hey, look, there's Nick. Have a little exchanging pleasantries as we cross paths, as we're slaughtering villagers or whatnot. And then popping in. Nick will pop into my castle and say hello. Sometimes Nick brings me tribute, gifts. I feel like I haven't been in much of a position to have things to offer Nick that he doesn't already have, but maybe you got a recipe or two off me from time to time. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, you got this Eye of Twilight that's got the, it's got the gold and the spectral dust. And I can already see the spectral dust. Oh, excuse me, rats. Spectral dust is something. Something I can, once I get the recipe to summon banshees, which I still have to fight the banshees when they show up. But I need the dust to a gem dust to make them, but they have a chance of they yield spectral dust and then a chance for scourge stone and grave dust. So this seems like you get to that point, this is how you can get spectral dust, is by putting these things into the graves, and then banshees spawn. You kill the banshees and, But at this point, I can't make the banshees, and chances are, if I could, it might be a little more than I'm ready to deal with if I summon one. You left the rune in my room in your cat. Yeah, that's one that I already. That's one that I already had. I think I just didn't understand. But the thing is like, I know you can't use it for anything either. And the General Soul Reaper, that's this guy right here. But also, it's like, you can't do anything with it. What can you drop? Can I drop it on the ground? Well, I guess I could drop it on the ground. But I'm keeping it as a sentimental value, Nick. Wait, where the hell did it go? Oh, here it is. I'm keeping it for sentimental value. As the thing that Nick... The special present that Nick brought for me. That he was like, I bet G-Law would enjoy this. He brought it over here. You left it in here just for me. So it's now more of a sentimental value that I can always come into this chest and be like, hey, look, Nick brought this General Soul Reaper stone orb of knowledge just for me, as a sign of our friendship. So thank you, Nick. So let's see. So the other thing you do to progress, and I haven't checked this for a while now that my gear level is higher, is you go to the blood altar, and it tells you all the ones that you can see are the ones I've killed already. The ones that are filled in. But then there are ones that are still, well, these are all the ones I've killed. But here's Terra the Geomancer. Means it's only a shadow, like an outline silhouette. So I haven't killed Terra yet. And if I do kill Terra, it'll unlock the recipe for gem cutting. And recipes for a siege stone golem. To break into stone structures? I have a feeling that's a PvP thing, but I'm not sure. And then I can make gems. Now, I already have lots of gems, so I don't have really a compelling reason to do this, but I could definitely see how it'd be helpful to be able to craft the gems. And as opposed to just, right now it's just been a matter of, I have a lot of them because over time I've accumulated them in random drops, so I'm not necessarily seeing this as like I have to have it right now, but there's a chance that the stuff you make out of this is going to be important to be able to make yourself down the road. Oh, gee. And the other ones I'm just too low level to see at all. But there's still a number of bosses. So, Nick, you said you've only got 3 left, so I'm guessing that's these 3. But me, I've got... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get my sword out. Now I'm higher level. There's going to be more bosses now. I was like, I thought there were going to be more than this. But it's because for RP versions, I put my sword away when I'm walking around my house. So, Frostmaw the Mountain Terror, what does he do? Oh, he has a recipe to make scrolls. I visited Nick's study, and I no longer need scrolls for anything. But I'm going to guess down the road you need scrolls to... You get a recipe to make the higher level knowledge thing. So they'll probably be useful down the road. Let's see, an anvil? Used for crafting weapons. So if that's what you need for the next level weapons, which should probably require dark silver ingots, which I'll then have. So this guy looks like he's like the next really big deal that I need to get the next level of weapons. The next level of armor. Yeah. Frostmaw Hurt. That's that werewolf, right? I've seen him, but I think I got his attention once by accident, and all I did was run away. So, and that's discouraging because I tend to be. Nick says something hurts. I tend to consider Nick better at games than me, and yeah, any one of these bosses could be the one that pisses me off enough that I decide I'm no longer progressing in the game. And then, but this seems like the big next step up for me. This guy, and I can track his blood. I'm gonna guess all this silver doohickey stuff that he's in the silver load mountains or whatever they're called. Gore the Spider Queen, Ghost Yarn, Silk, and Spiderling. Hey, Nick, is there any way to make coarse thread? It has occurred to me it's the most basic tailoring, crafting thing. And it occurred to me it's like, it's the only one you can't make that I can tell. Unless I'm missing something. I'm assuming I'm not. That you can only get it by farming in the noob zone. But if I have missed something, you're someone that would know. So I thought I'd throw that question out your way. So we got the silk stuff, the spiderling. Oh, the arcanium, the next level of like the research table. All right, silver resistance potion. You're not sure if it's not a loom or tailoring station. It's probably grind only. Yeah, I haven't seen recipes in there. I'm curious though. I mean, since it's right here, the loom. Because you can see what the loom can make even if you don't have the recipe for it yet. No, it would be like the first level of this. Wool thread. And you need coarse thread to make wool thread. But you'd think the garbage thread, you'd be able to even make that even earlier. But the first thing you can make here is just cloth. So, you know. Guess this is, you gotta grind for this. And the tailoring station is generally about finished products rather than raw materials. So, yeah, got all that. Oh, wait, what was all... Ooh, I forgot this stuff was in here. Let's see, who was this for? I think this was for Walter. Did I send Walter on a mission with no armor? Maybe I kept him at home. Walter! Walter, where are you? There he is. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's get you geared up, buddy. Oh. Let's get you geared up, pal. There, look at you now. Wait, he's got an iron. That's not too bad. Maybe Walter and Brad can go on a mission together. How's Big Ben doing? Big Ben all effed up now? You know what? I'll send them for, where's a good place for coarse thread? The logging camp. Animal hides or lumber? Animal hides. Let's see. We'll, oh, he doesn't need help. He's got a 100% chance. Maybe we can reduce. Wait, success chance 100%? We sent both of them in here? I'll send them on a 100% chance 2-hour mission. Let the hunt begin. Walter the Hobo Vampire and Brad Pritchard. Going for the easy loot. And here it says, the hunt in Bandit Trapper Camp has started. Oh wait, what was going on with oh, fish. This one's got fish. Let's see. Where? Oh, Big Ben's dead. That's right. I gotta resurrect him. Here, let's get some. Let's get some blood. Well, let's top off the old castle heart. Oh my God. Okay. Let's do that after we've resurrected Big Ben. Big Ben, I summon thee. Big Ben is a vampire. He doesn't need to stay down forever. Rise, Big Ben! There he is. Look at him. I'm sorry you got killed, you adorable lout, you. Let's see, does he have any? And it doesn't indicate he's got any injuries. Alright, I'm gonna put this in a castle heart. And put this in the castle heart. I like to keep this thing topped off. Oh, let's see. So that Geomancer one, that's the lowest level boss I haven't fought yet, is up here. I'm not super jazzed to go over them yet, but maybe she'll have a good power. The reason is I'm just not that excited at this point. I don't have like a super compelling need to be able to make gemstones. I guess I don't have a ton, but you know, I've got 11 rubies, 11 topazes, got some flawless ones too. I just generally, I guess I was going to say I don't have many regular emeralds, but no, I got 23 of them. You know. Let's sort this stuff out. There we go. I just don't feel like a lack of gemstones is been a pain point for me yet, but could just be because I don't have the thing that's going to make me suddenly need a bunch of them yet. Let's see, it's almost sunrise. That sucks. So the other thing I've been doing is just going around looking for people with high quality blood. Just walking the land. But I think gameplay wise, there are some certain objectives that I know are on my radar to do next. And one is you could just take these people in order. So probably, I'm not super like, oh my god, I gotta have this. Not super, oh my god, I have to have that. But either one of them could have powers that are good, though. And I don't know what those are going to be. Nick knows, but don't spoil it for me. I know someone's going to let me turn into a giant frog. I can tell you that much. Let's see. Don't spoil it, Nick. I'm trying to see if any of these guys are shaped like a big frog. Nothing obvious. But, you know. So, but this Octavian, the militia captain, with the dark silver ingot and the anvil, that's making me kind of excited. Wait, is dark silver ingots, is that something I could make in the forge that I already have? Or furnace? Yep, it is. So as long as I get the recipe to do it, I can start making them. So really, the next big milestone in gear is that general. So there's a part of me that's like, oh, maybe I should make him, next time I'm going to kill a boss, maybe I should make it the general. I think he's 10 level higher than Terra the Geomancer. Okay. Here's what's going to happen right now. I think I need to use the restroom and have a stretch. So, I'm going to take a $5. All right. Let's, which is the break time button? There we go. There. That's nice. You stare at that stuff for a few minutes. All right. And no, Brad, that didn't have anything to do with the Huel. In fact, I had more Taco Bell than Huel today. He's more machine than man. I did have my Huel shake for breakfast, though. But then it's been Taco Bell, baby. Mexican pizza, chalupas, all the good stuff. Tacos. And then I picked up a Pepsi Cola. Well, because my wife ran errands getting ready for the camping trip. We discovered that we can't fit our sleeping bags into the washer and dryer that we have at home. So she did a really nice thing, and she spent a couple hours going to a laundromat where they have jumbo-sized machines. And she specifically was like, you know what, I'll do that while you're streaming. So we're whatever, it won't impede on our show watching time or whatever. What did we start watching this week? Because earlier this week she talked about going, and she was like, no, let's just watch this. Let's just keep watching. Let's just hang out, and then I'll take care of that while you're streaming. I was like, that's really sweet. We started watching the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series. There's only a couple of them out now. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's off to a good start. Some people are like absolutely mind blown by it. I don't know if I'm going to go that far to say it's the best thing that I've ever seen. But I enjoyed it. It was good. It was nice. Okay, looking forward to seeing more. Okay. Well, let's just see where this general dude's at. I'm probably gonna get my ass handed to me. But you know, why the F not? Octavian the militia captain. Where's he at? Oh, this direction. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Wait, is he in here? I'm going to teleport to Nick's place and see if it points that way, then I'll know he's here. Yeah, I mean, the first people that I knew who were talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi were acting like it had changed their life. They're like, hands down, Obi-Wan Kenobi is amazing. It's the best Star Wars media released since the original trilogy. Hands down, nothing comes close. It is incredible. And I was kind of like, so maybe that person overhyped it for me. And when I actually watched it, it was more like, it's like, yeah, no, it's good. But I wasn't like, oh my god. Alright, I face this direction. Alright, so I'm guessing this guy's in here. The Bastion of Dunley. What else could it be? Yeah, it's the training ground. Oh, and home of Octavian, captain of the militia. Derp! Alright, yeah, it says right there. Hello, this is this guy's house. Alright. Now, usually if I do a boss fight, I go, I try to get there, like, as the sun is going down, so I can maximize, I don't end up... The worst thing for me that I hate is being in a boss fight and then the sun comes up. And then you're doing a really hard fight, and you're also dodging the sunlight and like hopping from shadow to shadow. Now, I hear tell Nick will be like, yeah, it's a little trickier. I kill bosses in the sunlight sometimes. Yeah, whatever, no bigs. But for me, I'm like, that's like rage quit. I feel like that's rage quit bad for me. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do, I've never been in this place before, so tonight is just gonna be about sneaking around, doing a little recon, and hoping now certain people can see through your disguise. Just hope I don't come across any of those people. Excuse me, just an old shrouded lady person coming in. Don't mind me. Mm-hmm. Just be careful not to do anything that's going to cause me to break my disguise, like if I try to loot a barrel or something. But I think I'm just going to walk around this place and have a nice little look-see. See what's what. I should keep an eye out for... If in the middle of this excursion I see somebody with 100% blood, my objectives may change. 19%. Gotta look for blood. But see, I'm not gonna open that chest, because if I open that chest, I'll lose my disguise. Well, unless I'm someplace like back here, where they couldn't see me, I could loot a chest. But mostly, I'm not here, I'm not here for loot right now. I'm just here to... This is a recon mission, you know? So I've never been in here before. I just want to see what's here. Pardon me. Because, like, some places, they have special resource nodes and stuff. Like, I was having a hard time finding a reliable location to get quartz. And then I went to, like, there's this monastery with a big cathedral. And I snuck around like this, and I discovered up in that area behind the monastery, there's a little path that runs, and there's, like, I don't know, there's, like, 20 nodes for quartz. It's like, holy shit, there's like crystal quartz giant nodes. It's like, the only problem is that place you need a special potion. Oh shit, what's this? 18%, 40%, 93%. Ah, that's almost worth breaking my disguise for. But you know what? I've seen 100%. Actually, I am pretty fucking low on blood right now. I could just find a place to Alright, there's the captain. Just see, is there anything, anything cool up here? It's just like a way I can get out if I need to. Alright. Oh, here we go. Let's see what the captain's got in his treasure chest. Alright, let's get back. Let's get back into disguise. Yeah, I really should have just at least had some blood. I did bring rats. I could just drink rat blood. Just so I don't die of blood deprivation. See, the problem with trying to take this guy home with me... That brawler, though. Nope. I think we're just gonna... I think we're just gonna say mission accomplished. I'm gonna check over here to see if there's anything. 2015. See if there's anything amazing back here. And so I will have seen the entire place. Yeah, sun's coming up in a minute anyways. Are these guys gonna come in here? Alright. We'll let them come and go. Then I think I'm gonna hop out of here and find a wolf or a deer or something and drink its blood. Oh, hello there, dearies. I'm just the old lady that counts the wood. Nothing to see here. You have a nice morning, dearies. Just me. The wood counter. Eh. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, as long as I'm here, I might as well see what's in these boxes. Alright. Hey, look, a fishing hole. I'm really playing with fire. I'm about to I'm about to run out of blood. Hey, look, a fat goby. What was that? Hey, look. It's a quartz thing. Oh, I gotta really find me some blood. This is like stupid. There's got to be some back here. There's like some meadows back here. God, there's a deer. Oh man. All right, at this point, I should just stop screwing around, drink some rat blood. All right. So, at least I'm not gonna die. Rat blood wasn't much worse than a 1% deer. Ooh, look, a 10% deer. Here, boom. I want to get him to that point where I can feed on him without killing him. Well, you can get prisoners with high quality blood, Nick. Surely you must understand the politics of blood eating. Rats are always 0% quality blood. Alright? Besides, those people were prisoners. Could have been great, talented, lovely people. Just so happened they had great blood, so I made them prisoners. It's not their fault. There. Let's go fishing. Hey, rainbow trout, that's the stuff that cheers up. That's the good stuff. That cheers your people up. But one of them cheers them up and heals them. That's pretty rare. I don't think I've caught any of those yet. But as long as you got rats, you can heal them up. No problem. Let's see, where's the shadow on this thing? Alright, here we go. See any fishing spot over there? Right now, I'm just going for a stroll. Seeing what I can see. I think I'm going to make my way down here. Guess I could be a little less leisurely about it. Oh, this is a fishing spot. Sitting under the shade of this tree. Do some fishing. You know, being a vampire is not all about ruthless and bloody murder. Sometimes it's about just enjoying a warm sunny afternoon under a tree, doing some fishing. Another fat goby. The fat gobies, when you're healing them, it takes a few rats to heal them up. But one fat goby's gonna heal them all the way. So that's the advantage of the fat goby. But since you have basically an infinite... Whoa, God, okay. Nope, I already killed him. Don't need to do that again. Looking for fishing holes, though. No fishing holes there. Hey, there's a fishing hole. Wait, they still coming for me? Oh. Oh, you bastards. Okay, fine. That's a lot of dudes. There's a longbowman with 100% blood. Son of a bitch. They're probably gonna... This is what happens. I'll find somebody with 100% blood and they end up burning themselves out. God. There's that longbowman. Shit. All right, longbowmen. Gotta stop standing in their fucking line of fire. Okay. You. Here we go. No, no, shit! Oh. Reflex. I fucked it up. Well, now I'm filled with 100% blood, but I can't guide. I wanted to do the thing where you hypnotize them and lead them back to your base. That's what I wanted to happen here. Ah, that sucks. Stupid. Just pushed the wrong button. Screwed up everything. Makes me very sad. I was so excited. 100% dude. Let me see. Let's have it. He was delicious. And to be fair, it was going to be a long walk getting him back to base. I have ensorcelled people like that before, and then they've ended up getting killed on the way home. Usually by another gosh darned crossbowman with explosive arrows. Let's see, route 15, alright. 24, 19, 20. You've had werewolves kill 2 future minions? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I've actually had this happen a couple times where I find someone with high blood, and then in the heat of the moment, I actually hit the drink their blood button instead of the hypnotize button, and once you've hit that button, they're dead one way or the other. You can interrupt the feeding so that you don't take on the blood type, but you're gonna... If you do that, they're still gonna die. So now I'm gonna mosey my way in the homeward direction. And this is sort of what I like about... Oh, getting damage from the 18%. That's not cool. Sort of what I like about this game, though, is this is pretty chill. Like, right now, what I'm doing. Just like, hey, I decided I'm going to spend an evening just going around randomly looting and just looking for stuff with... See if I can find people with high blood quality. And just sort of making a leisurely wandering the world type of thing. Or you could be finally focused on a specific objective, like grinding a certain thing or, you know, whatever, but... Wandering around looking for fishing holes. Look. 2 fishing holes right here. Maybe get some more fat gobies. Maybe some rainbow trouts. The trout? Rainbow trout? Rainbow something. I think it's trout. An iron ingot. Oh, what a waste of my time. See, an iron ingot I can mine. I know where there's tons and tons and tons. I can go there anytime I want. Oh, wait. Getting to that one's not It's not easy. I think I gotta hang out by a bunch of damn garlic. No, it's not worth it. Ah, look, home sweet home. It should be like in World of Warcraft when you have strongholds. You could set the theme music that plays when you get home. They need that. They need something like that in here. So I feel like there should be some grand welcome home music when I get here. A little spoiled by World of Warcraft. So let's top that off. And I think we want to keep a reserve in here that we're not processing. Hit the blood press on these hearts. Put those in here. Oh. Should have put the hides in here. And do I have anything in here? Yeah, I got some more scrolls. Throw these scrolls in here. Oop. So I've got like almost 300 scrolls for when the time comes for me to be able to hopefully convert them into the next tier of research fuel. And what do I have? Fish. I think I've been keeping... Now, eventually I bring all my fish up to the prison. Because, these particular fish. Not all the fish are types that help your prisoners. Well, at least so far, it seems like the prisoners all need the same types, and they just want the fat gobies. Oh, the sage fish. That's like the top tier. This one cheers them up and heals them. Fat goby heals them. And then the rainbow trout improves their morale or their mood. Because, you know, sitting in a cage getting the blood sucked out of you is demoralizing. I get it. I get it. You know. See, are there any buff potions I want to bring with me? Bring in my blood. Okay, I got a backup blood potion. I need that. Okay, so I've got this healing thing. That's good. Let's grab some more of these. Am I dropping off those potions somewhere? I use an automated thing here. That's where I keep dropping them off. I use an automated thing. This compulsively count will just... If something is already in a box and you hit it and you click it, it'll put anything that's already in there. Anything matching what you have in your inventory will also go there. But I didn't realize I had those in here. Because we use this blood cabinet for my potions now. You know? That's my scheme. You grab some rats. I like having rats. Although I've learned not to keep my rats up here, because if I accidentally push the hotkey for them, and I'm running around with 100% blood, all of a sudden, whoops, I've got 0% blood. So, you don't want to accidentally do that. No, Brad. And in fact, for exactly the reason I just described. But I ate this super rare person that had 100% quality blood. And all it takes is me to have one itty-bitty little nibble off a rat, and my entire blood quality gets converted to a big old fat 0. And I do not want to do that. So, I did eat some rats a few minutes ago, Brad. I don't know if you saw that because I was starving for blood. But I ate a rare 100% blood. It was like a archer, a crossbowman. It has the blood type rogue. So look at this. I've got 20% critical strike increase, 15% movement speed increase, 25% reduced cooldown on travel skill, 100% chance at critical strike on next physical attack after using a travel skill, 50% chance on critical strike to expose armor, increase damage taken from on sources by for 15% for 4 seconds, and boosts all of the above by 30% because I hit that 100% mark. So yeah. Nope. I will not eat a rat right now, Brad. And if you were truly a friend, you would you'll understand. And you do seem that you do also appreciate the eating of rare people. Oh yeah, I was gonna see if I had a buff potion I wanted to use. So there's one. He can't even get me to stop eating Huel. No, that's true. Wrangler's Potion. The Brew of Ferocity. Enchanted Brew. Get a water-filled canteen. Increases spell power by 4. What's my spell power? 28.5? Okay, that's not exactly going to be a game changer at this point. I was hoping to have some higher tier buff brew. If this stuff's helpful, like the Holy Resistance, so I can go to that church, and Garlic Resistance. If you need to mine, or if you need to gather cotton, in particular, cotton and sunflowers tend to be on farms that are protected by garlic. And certain towns are there towns also protected by garlic? Or it just seems like it's... I know the cotton farms are all protected by garlic. Wrangler's Potion just makes you... If you're riding horses, it goes a little faster. I've never felt compelled to do one of those. So, let's see. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna come... This is where we need to go to get the guy. I'm gonna come to this Vampire Waygate, just kind of horse around. I don't know if I'm gonna go after the guy during the stream tonight, because it's already after 10. If I were smart, I would actually be considering winding down the stream right now, but, you know, not that smart. Maybe I'll just come over here, look for some fishing holes. There's lots of... By this Vampire Gate, there's lots of water around here. Lots of potential fishing holes. I should give it at least one try. The reason I'm considering not doing it right now is because I sort of am thinking I need to wind down. And getting myself engaged into that kind of activity could kind of give me a... Not that I don't enjoy spending time with you people, but this is not a good time for me to get a second wind of energy. And engaging in that kind of combat is something that's likely to get me, like, get my blood pumping again. So, I don't know. I feel like keeping it low key. Low key, looking for blood and fish. Look at that, a rainbow trout. See, that's exciting for me. Hashtag GLaw goals. Like, Nick has taken down almost every boss in the game, and I'm like, look, I caught a fish! This is a dangerous spot because the shade that I'm under right now is just from a passing cloud. Oh, a footman's helmet. Oh, that's useless. That looks stupid. All right, well, I'll keep it on for now. All the helmets in this game seem like they're just cosmetic. Look, another a fishing hole. Fishbone. I guess fishbones I like better than getting something like an iron ingot. Because at least fishbones are things you can only get from fish. And there are recipes that use fishbones. I can't just go to the fishbone forest and chop down a bunch of fishbone trees. I know there's some kind of like a curing, I think for the pristine leather or something. I haven't got to the point in the game yet to utilize that, but I could see that the fish oil is useful for a later down the road recipe that my modest efforts have yet to uncover the recipe for. Oh, wait, nope, don't look at the map while you're standing in the sun. That is a dumb move. Alright, I'm gonna come over there. Oh, hold on. Hello there, fellow wolf. He thinks I'm a wolf. Although it would be sad for me not to take advantage of this 100% blood. I have 100% blood right now. And all I'm doing is fishing. You can tell I do not have the min-max mentality. Like, you're doing it wrong. You drank the 100% blood, dude, and now you're going to spend the next day fishing? Bzzz. No, G-Law. That's not what you do. That's not how you win V Rising. Pardon me, lady. All right, maybe we will give this a go. See if I can sneak in there. This slow person hopefully is not so slow that I'm gonna burn to death trying to get from one piece of shade to the next. Alright, this is, that's a big patch of sunshine over there I didn't care for. So yeah, this is a big, unreliable... All the shade in this room right now, except for right by the walls, is just sheer luck of a passing cloud. But maybe I kill these dudes when they're coming through. These little, you guys coming in here? Alright, gather all around, all ye. Oh, son of a bitch. This is not going well. It's all my own fault. This is all my own fault. I need to get the fuck out of here. I did not play that well at all. Yeah. So the idea was take out the side minions in the other room before. Oh, look at all this fish, though. Before going after the boss, trying to go after the boss, because you don't want to fight the boss while there's a mob of people that are already challenging for me to fight. Like, especially that group, because it's got the big guy. I still find that big guy a little hard to fight, especially in close quarters like that. And my slight brush with that guy also made me realize I don't think I'm in the right, like, mindset to take on a boss right now. I'm feeling in a very, like, just sort of chill, relaxed mood. And not that kind of nerves of steel, reflexes turned on high type of mode that I need to be in to take on a boss right now without it just becoming an exercise. If I come in the boss just trying to be all like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this boss now, just gonna end up getting my ass kicked and then getting pissed off. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot I was like, they're not gonna notice I'm a vampire because I'm a wolf. Forgot this disguise is not. This doesn't make guards not want to kill me. Worker 22%. Oh, I'm Oh, I'm already in wolf form. I thought I was at a different part of the map right now. Pardon me, gentlemen. But none of you have blood that's impressive to me, so I will be moving past you. Hey, Crystal. Two, 40, 53. $15, $17, $18, $22, $26. $93. Okay, that's kind of good. Gentlemen. Oh, I didn't mean to get everybody's flipping attention. All right, Jiminy Christmas. Okay, we want that 93 dude to stay alive. Is that the 93 dude? Get out of the flames, 93 dude. All right, are you 93 dude? Yes. Okay, now we're gonna get into Dom mode and we're gonna mesmerize his ass. All right, you see that? There you go. Now just chill the F out. We're practically at my house right now. Just don't get your ass killed. And this guy is going to be a nice source of blood. 93% is almost 100%. close enough for government work. Actually, I'm guessing there's actually probably a significant difference between 93 and 100%. And 100% is what pumps everything up an extra 30. Takes all the good stuff that you get, ups the whole thing by 30%. I don't know what if that's the threshold to reach that level 5. Nope. Oh, hey! I got scared for a second. I'm like, nope, fucking wolf. And I looked up, it's Nick. All right, buddy. Welcome to your new house. Let me show you to your room. Just gonna pretend he tried to sell me Amway. Oh yeah, I'd love to hear all about it. Oh, catching butterflies. That sounds good. Yeah, come up here, tell me all about it. You have a brochure? You have a brochure for me? And a prison. Boom. Well, how do you feel now, sucker? Here, eat some rats. What do rats do? 20 to 30%? Let's give you 4 of the rats. Yeah, you eat those things down. It's going to take like 10 minutes. Doesn't matter. I don't need them right now. And, you enjoy those rats, pal. Here, let me turn out of domination mode. Let me get that silly hat off my head. Here. There we go. There, see, look. Doesn't that look better than this? Like, I look all classy and shit, and then he puts that on. It's like, you know, nope. That is not a hat befitting a vampire of my station. That's all I have to say. Is that Nick in here? Nick's in my prison! Nick, what are you doing in there? Can I drain Nick? How'd you get in there, Nick? Oh, you just walk in. I didn't realize you could just walk in like that. Hello! Help! I'm trapped in a vampire castle. Oh no! Oh, and I'm getting pointed at by that lady over there. All right. Well, I finally got a high blood quality prisoner. I still didn't get the 100% that I was craving. It's got the blood that plants crave. Let's see. I think this is right. If I'm going to wear any helmet, it's going to be this one. I think this is something that unlocked from my DLC. See, that's like... If you're going to wear a helmet, that's pretty badass. Right? I go for that. That looks cool. So just so happens, I think just the vampire head looks even cooler than the helmet, so I don't wear it. But if I were going to wear a helmet, it'd be that one. Not some weird foot soldier helmet. It's not what we want to see. Here, let's put that in there. That in there. Here, actually, this is where we store the excess blood. Oh wait, this is no. I should put the fish bones in there though, because I'd gotten in the habit of putting the oops. Putting the fish bones in the same place with my regular bones. No, I've already got this. Here you go. Eat up, devourer. see. Let's sort this shit out. Here, I'm gonna move the fish bones to the alchemy lab. I think the fish bones are in a potion, aren't they? Let me see. Fish bones are for the brew of ferocity, the enchanted brew. I wanted to say there was, maybe that's what they were for. I thought they were for something that was more interest to me, but maybe it was just those two brews. Fishbone, the brew of ferocity, and the enchanted brew. Well, that's not super exciting. Maybe I've forgotten something that they're for. They get used for something in here? Oh yeah, it's for... Okay, I don't need that anymore. You have to summon the putrid rat, and it ends up being like a rat boss that gets summoned out of this machine. And that's what you have to kill to get the, to be able to transform into a rat. I mean, you can use them to summon giant rats to farm hides and possibly seeds. But I've never been interested enough in doing that to actually summon them. Oops. I wonder if there's something I can summon in here with them. Nope. Alright. Well, I'm starting to think this is a good time to wind down. Yeah, I flirted with the... Hey, rat! Get out! Get out, rat! What are you doing? Shoo! 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 This rat came out of... You know, rat, you're supposed to stay in the lab. Oh, my shit. I don't have a room for that. Go to the frog room. I'm gonna stand behind this pillar and piss my pants. Did he go to the frog room? It looked like he was leaving the room dejected. Like, no, I'm gonna go to the frog room now. Would the frog room be Nick's guest room? I lost track of him. I don't know where he went. Oh, not in here. Oh, there he is! What a disturbing looking frog. Look at that slimy mouth. Here. Can I be like, ew? Or I guess, whatever. I yield. Well played, frog. You have earned my respect. Your vigorous hopping. Befitting of a giant vampire frog. Alright. But, Yoke, Glaucus. I think it's Glaucus. It's an actual name from Roman history, but it's about some, like, I don't know, like a fisherman deity or something. Fisherman. It's like the fisherman version of Hercules. I don't know, something like that. I didn't really look that close. I just wanted a name that was like G-Law. But sounded like old-timey, like someone who was around since antiquity. And then I was like, I think Glaucus is a name. I remember, wasn't there someone named Glaucus in Gladiator? It's one of the senators. That's what I thought I remembered. But then I looked it up and it was something else. But it was from antiquity. And it's like G-Law. Except Glaucus. Alright. Off to bed now! Alright, there we go. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, look. It's Norris the Grey. Here to bid you all a good night. Norris the Grey thanks you all for being here this evening. Norris Grey thanks you, Nick. Norris Grey thanks you, Brad Pritchard. Norris Grey thanks Evie23, if she's still here. Kudos on the excellent meal. Norris the Grey acknowledges that Kara the Shapeshifter was here for a good portion of the stream before he had to go to bed. Norris the Grey thanks Ethan for showing up, dropping a howdy howdy. And, of course, Norris the Grey wants to express the utmost respect for Animal Lawyer 788. Especially in light of the traumatic incident that occurred earlier this evening, where Animal Lawyer was callously ignored for 17 minutes. 17 minutes. Overlord McGeek probably also ignored for a while. Brad probably also noted being ignored for a while. Norris the Grey would like to offer his deepest apologies. Norris the Grey is very sorry. He apologizes on G-Law's behalf. Yeah, Norris the Grey knows your name, Nick. Well, Nick, you're famous too. You know? You have your slice of the internet fame, being associated with a big channel like this, and being friends with internet celebrity Brad Pritchard, who was famous on the internet long before I was. And yeah, Evie, I'm it. You know, before, I used to aim to stop playing at 10, and it's just over time, I developed the habit of playing until 11. Excuse me. Or playing until I got shushed. That's only happened like twice. But yeah, especially with tomorrow, we're camping tomorrow, so we've got prep stuff to do, so I don't want to stay up too late. And seems like when I stream, like normally that's why I talked about not wanting to get into a boss fight. Like, it's usually still a couple hours before I actually go to sleep. Whenever I stop streaming, because usually I'll want to have some kind of a snack after the stream, so I don't want to lay down right away. And then I'll just sort of I'll be like mellow but awake for like another hour. So I'll just watch stuff on YouTube or probably, whoops, hit my mute button. I'm probably gonna, I've been watching Better Call Saul, which is the Breaking Bad spinoff. I'm like getting through it. I'm like halfway through season 4. It's been a while since I've devoured a series that sort of consistently. So I've been working through Better Call Saul. It's a good show. And yeah, so I might watch an episode of Better Call Saul, wind down, then go to bed, you know. Should make us a Norris the Grey slightly vibrate so when you talk to indicate that it is in fact him talking. I think to do that I would have to I'd have to do that thing through Discord. I'd have to tie him in through, like, get on Discord, talk into Discord. Because that thing that I do in our D&D game I could do vibrating for you guys too, but that's not what I want your icons to do during our D&D game. I just want them to light up. I had to basically tell it not to make your pictures vibrate, because that's, I think by default, the thing I was looking at, the script included a vibration. But yeah, so that's what I think when you see people that have, like, the people in their chat vibrate when they talk. But that's an awful lot of work. Also, I'd have to be talking in Discord. I have a special Norris chat. It's just to The whole purpose is just to make Norris vibrate. There's a part of me now that I'm talking about it that kind of wants to do it. I couldn't set it up now, but I don't know. Either he'll be vibrating next stream or I'll forget and it'll never happen. It's worth the effort. Just look at him. Well, you know what? I think there's several things I could do with Norris the Grey, because Brad has multiple times now made the case that Norris the Grey would look much better without that frame around him. So, it could be maybe I need to, get into a photo editor and get rid of that frame. I could have like a transparent PNG that's just Norris the Grey, not a square. So he could be just like a real man, a real person in my stream instead of just a picture that I dropped onto the chat. He is worth the effort. I am looking at him. I love looking at him. Yeah, I'm gonna look at him even more. Here, look at him. Norris the Grey. Oh, well, I mean, Nick, that's nice. That's nice of you, but I could do that. I just haven't. Unless you're actively asking me, like, you would like to do that, I can send you the picture. Let me see. Where's Norris the Grey? Now it's a matter of figuring out where I've got. Oh, I can just look at the properties of the. Oh, I've actually got him in my pool of radiance set up. No, wrong one. Videos, game recordings. Pool of radiance. I developed quite a monster of folders and subfolders over the years for my various gaming lawyer stuff. I don't have all the recordings from my Let's Plays because they were massive files the way I recorded them. They were like, for a while, they were like 50 to 60 gigs per video, the raw video. So, but I've got all the setups for all the streams I've done, all the background videos and all that. They're all in here. Pool of Radiance. Here it is. Norris the Grey. If I just put it like on if I just post it onto Twitter, would you be able to get it that way? I mean, I know I could give you a direct message, but now I'm thinking Norris the Grey should make an appearance. Let's see. Norris the Grey would like to wish you well wherever you are tonight. Norris the Grey. Oh, what? What is going on? Okay, no, that's what happened. Never mind, hold on. Norris the Grey believes in you and wants you to know that you are appreciated. There you go. It's like a public service announcement. Depends on how much of a hit to the image quality take being posted on Twitter. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, you should take a look, Nick, because I just posted, and you know what? This might be the tweet that inspires people. This is a tweet that could Hey, here we go. This is the kind of tweet that could inspire people. They'll be scrolling through their Twitter feed. Oh, more bullshit, politics, people complaining about, I don't know, video game, gender identities, something, tropes. More of this, more of that. Stuff, bitch, 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 bitch. And then they come across this. Norris the Grey would like to wish you well wherever you are tonight. Norris the Grey believes in you and wants you to know that you are appreciated. So, just to leave Twitter a little better than we found it, Norris the Grey is spreading tidings and good cheer. .75 kilobyte. Let me see what the original file size is. That's the original file size is 2.75 kilobytes. So I think probably it's of low enough quality already that you literally have an exact, without any loss, version of the image. Because I'm pretty sure all I did to get him was I use it with the game open. While I was playing it, I used the snipping tool and just manually captured him right off of my screen. So, but you know, there's not a whole, it's not like it's a high res image anyway. So, but there you go, Nick. Yeah, look, you could tell there's just a glow in his eyes, and you could see it in his smile. How pleased he is. But just in general, you know, Norris is a man of deep feelings and a profound sense of compassion for the world. I mean, he's had a hard life. That's how he ended up as a bandit. As a bandit captain or whatever he is. But you just spend a little time looking into those eyes, and you can see the love, the wisdom, the emotional depth. You know, it shines through. So, Norris the Great, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. You like his chest belt that holds up nothing? What? Could it be holding up something down below the frame? I don't know. Does it need to be... Do we need to... Does it have to be in the picture? If it were holding up something, would we be able to see it in this picture? I don't know. I don't know what that thing could be holding up. Maybe he's got a satchel. Like the Indiana Jones satchel. That could be... But wait. No, Indiana Jones did it over the shoulder. I was going to say, it's not like a fanny pack where it's just around his waist. Indiana Jones had to go over his shoulder, right? Yeah. So, well, yeah, it's a satchel. Hold on. Where'd it go? There we go. No? How the hell do I have this folder sorted? Let's sort by name, for God's sake. What? Who sorts pictures by date? You never find anything. I don't remember the order in which I downloaded these. What a silly thing. There's some good stuff in here now that I'm looking at it. All right, well, first things first. Oh, gee, now I don't know where it is. Show in folder. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, there's Indiana Jones and his satchel. You could very clearly see the strap going over his left shoulder, and very well Norris the Grey could be wearing a satchel just like that. And Joss, I'm sorry, man. I know we're like ships passing in the night, but I can't stay up late tonight. In fact, with the way our schedules work, if I do hang out and stream for a significant amount of time after you get here, chances are I'm going to be regretting it in the morning. And not because I have anything against you. And I will say, you weren't here to be able to receive his tidings of joy. But Norris the Grey appreciates you. Norris the Grey is glad that you're here. And Norris the Grey values you as a person, Joss. And I hope you know that. More of a merce? Merce? What's that? Let me see. What else do I got in here? I have this picture that Nick sent me once. That's pretty cool. That's one I use a photo editor, put a twirly mustache on it, made it into a happy birthday gift, or happy birthday meme. Oh, a man purse. And then I got, oh wait, here's the one that I made a Nick with the... It's not exactly a happy birthday meme, but I sent it to him on his birthday. So, I hope you appreciate that, Nick. What else we got in here? Random photos that I've assembled over the years. We got a little G-Law 2.0. It's cashews right there, Brad. Some good stuff. Just a trip down memory lane. Yep, there was this this memory that happened in Crusader Kings 3. I think I shared this on on Twitter. It's a very sad day. Very sad day. Brad Pritchard was one of the king's greatest friends. A man purse is just a purse, but used by a man. Nowadays, men with satchels are more common, but at one point, it was an issue of pointless mockery. I don't remember anybody's birthdays, except Nick's. So, but Joss, if it's important for me to remember your birthday, we could probably arrange it. It just so happens I'm friends with Nick and like on Facebook. Like, Nick's one of the few people who actually knows my name. Can't remember how that came about. I don't know. But But so now the reason I'll know it's Nick's birthday is because Facebook tells me. What else have we got here? I have little things that I used to slip into my when I was still doing VODs. Like this guy. It's fun. You have something happen in video, pop this on the screen for a couple seconds just to show like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. You know, fun stuff. Fun stuff like that. You got some Michael Scott. You got some badass James Bond going on. Got some Ron Burgundy happening over in the corner over here. So many things I'm going to have to delete. And then down the corner you can have like put Doctor Who over here, David. Like he's hanging on to like he's hiding behind Norris the Grey's frame. Like, hey, I'm hanging out behind Norris the Grey. I'm not deleting anything, but I'm just, these aren't normally in my streams. These are all the just various clips I picked up during my first year when I was doing VODs. And I dumped them all in this folder. Now I'm looking. Steve Carell gets a couple of appearances. He loves Lamp. I'm running out of space. Well, I'm not deleting stuff off my hard drive. I just don't need to clutter my OBS scene. What I'm doing now is I'm dumping all this stuff onto an OBS scene to make it populate in my video. And I think I have found that by having too much crap on my OBS, like in my OBS scenes, it can start to, you know, bog things down a little bit. But these have all been on my hard drive. There's a little Arnold Schwarzenegger face. That's good. It's always good to have Arnold Schwarzenegger face around. You never know when you're going to need it. So I keep all this stuff. Here's Ghost Chauncey. Gotta have Ghost Chauncey. And what else? Vic Vinegar. And what is it? Honey and vinegar? I don't know why I've got this in here. Spock and Kirk disguised as civilians. Oh yeah, sure, I could do that. But hold on. Arnold. There. There we go. That's good. I am Norris the Grey. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'm glad that you're my friends. Arnold the Grey. VidCon 2017. The 8th annual VidCon. Let's see, I already got that on there. Do you have any other cool stuff? Yeah, we got unamused Tommy Lee Jones. We got some actually Dwight Schrute. We got a big old censored. All right, hold on. This is getting ridiculous. Here, y'all going. There we go. Back, just back to the basics. Another Arnold the Gray, Norris the Arnold. But I still got all these guys. This is the folder. And I've got stuff from my polls. Some of this stuff's random. When I was first doing Dead by Daylight, I was coming up with different things I could have for that. Got all sorts of cool stuff in here. One of my original, when I first made the channel, I was using this as my banner on social media. I don't even know what the hell all this is. Oh, there was, when I did Lawyer Sings, there was the one point where I did a video, I had a background video with a bunch of video clips that I think ended up giving me a takedown, so I never used it again. But I spent a lot of time making it. And this, I've got all the, these are all the things that I've streamed over the years. Oh, empty? Why empty? Huh. I did a Weird West background video. I must have saved it to a weird place. XCOM 2. Still got all this stuff. I did a background video for Katamari Damacy.
Katamari Damacy.
Now I gotta watch the whole thing. I love this. I love this opening. I'm just going through. I'm giving a tour of all my video things that I've done over the years. American Truck Simulator. And my background video. It's good stuff, you know. Lots of time, and there's certain things I made stuff that I never ended up streaming. Bard's Tale. I got really into this, and then I think I decided not to stream it. You guys ever play this? It's actually kind of cool.
After a century of peace, evil.
All I did was download the trailers, so I didn't edit them into a background video. That's usually how I do those. I download trailers, gameplay clips, and then I come up with like a song, usually from the soundtrack of the game, that I think would make a good background music, and then I edit the trailer and together with footage to just make good background footage. You've never seen Katamari Damacy? I streamed it before, but it might have been when you were like overseas or something. I've streamed it 2 or 3 times. It's a game that I love playing when I feel like I need to be cheered up. They got some good stuff, man. Let me see. They got some cool, I love the music in there too. Katamari. I like Roll You Up Into My Life. This one might. Do they have gameplay of it? Or is it just. Now I feel like I need to stream Katamari Damacy just for Joss, now that I've realized he doesn't know about it.
I know you love me. I wanna word you up into my life. Let's roll up to be a single star in the sky. I hear you calling me. I wanna word you up into my life.
You run around,
To make a single
stuff sticks to you, and as stuff sticks to you, you keep getting bigger and bigger. I'm not gonna play it right now, but I would almost just be like, yeah, you know what? Next week is a Katamari stream. But the thing is, Josh won't show up until like 10:30, so I'll have to wait until I can stream at a time when I can hang out with Josh. And it gets to where now you can start rolling. You get to the point where you start rolling up people, but certain things you just bump into, you're not big enough. But as you get bigger, is rolling up vending machines. The scale keeps changing as you get bigger. And then it gets like to the point where this all progresses. So now he's rolling up trees. And he's like as big as the buildings. And fast forward. Now he's like rolling up small skyscrapers and stuff. I think this is the grand finale where it starts small and goes all the way to where you're like rolling up countries of the world. Like you're rolling around the map of the earth. And let's see. This is the point where all the actual land masses are getting rolled up. So the ocean is starting to become more and more depopulated. I like the Father, the King of All Cosmos music. I love all the music in this game. But yeah. That's some good shit right there. Katamari Damacy. Anyways. It's a game you can finish in one sitting. When I've streamed that game, I played it from start to finish on my streams. It's like a one sitting kind of game. But for me, it's the kind of game that I can play over and over again. I don't play it all the time over and over again, but it's just a fun game to revisit. It's got a fun mechanic, a fun feel. It's got the whole vibe and the music and everything is just really, I don't know, just feels super happy, super positive. Yeah. And I've watched other people play too. Actually, yeah, I've watched full Let's Plays of other people. I think the Game Grumps did a Let's Play series on it. And I watched their whole series, and I had a hell of a lot of fun watching them play it and talk about it and stuff. It's a cool game. And it was originally released on PlayStation 2 back in 2003, something like that. And then a couple years ago, it came out that was called Katamari Damacy Re-Rolled. So it's a version that was re-released on, I think it's on Steam. Let me see. I want to say it retails in $19.99. Oh, $29.99. I'm sure I picked it up on sale. See, I stopped playing almost an hour ago, but no, I guess 40 minutes ago. I'm just curious to see what the cheapest it's ever been was. Oh, bullshit. Apparently, on October 23rd, 2020, it got down to $4.18 on some website. So, it can get cheap if you find the right time in the right place, I guess. But yeah, it's totally unique. It's one of my favorite games of all time, just for what it is. It's not gonna have you playing for weeks on end or anything like that, but it's just a fun game. I wonder if it's on Switch. Now I'm gonna look up Katamari. Katamari Damacy. Yeah, it's on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and Google Stadia. I don't know what it costs on Switch. Oh, actually, it's first thing I found is it's at Best Buy for $19.99. On Nintendo Switch. Let's see, Switch. I wonder if it's on Game Pass. I think it's on Game Pass, Evie. I mean, I don't know how much you play on, if that's your husband's machine, he just lets you play Subnautica for a little while. But I wonder if that's for PC. Oh yeah, it's playable on PC. Yeah, it's on Game Pass, Evie. So if your husband's got Game Pass, and he's gracious enough to allow you to use his PC, you could play Katamari Damacy right now. Or I mean, you have to download it, but you can play it for free well, not, you're paying for Game Pass, but if you have Game Pass, you can play it. So, yeah. Cool beans. Every time I start thinking about Katamari again, I get all excited about it. I wouldn't be all surprised if I end up streaming it next week. So, but just so you know, it's on Game Pass. If you ever really wanted it on Switch, looks like it's not too expensive to get on Switch either. It's like $20. So, you got your options if you've ever decided you want to play it. You wanted to move past watching other people play it. Now, it is kind of a frustrating game. The controls take a little getting used to. It is comically difficult. And that's part of the charm of it, is how clumsy it is rolling that thing around. So just be prepared when you play it. It looks kind of easy when you're watching someone else play it, but when you're actually playing it, that ball is clumsy as it's crazy. That ball is like it's the hardest time just getting it to go anywhere you want it to go. I mean, once you practice it for a while and get good, you can get good at it. But it's a learning process. I think they made it intentionally kind of like an awkward movement scheme to master. Oh gee. Okay, now my voice is going. Okay, guys. Now we've played games. Norris the Grey sent all love and appreciations to everybody. We had our adventures and diversions. I showed you pictures. I played the Katamari Damacy intro. Confused Jaws. Jaws was profoundly confused for some time there. Let's see. Oh, you have work. Your wife is back, so you're taking time to hang out. All right, I missed that. I was distracted. So, Jaws, if you're still here, it sounds like your summer, you're now in a phase where your availability for Dungeons and Dragons is becoming more complicated. Is it like almost impossible, or you could still pull it off? I'm not sure I have a great picture of. I know you're now I can't remember exactly what it is that's taken. You're like being deployed or something? Was it a military thing? You just need a heads up. Okay. So I don't know if you saw it, but Nick, and I appreciate Nick bringing this up because I kept forgetting to do it myself. Nick sort of got the ball rolling again in our D&D Discord chat to be like, hey, let's figure did we ever settle on a next session? And the fact is like I canceled a week and a half ago, and then we haven't discussed like when the next session is going to be. So I threw out a bunch of dates that I'm going to be available. June is pretty full, so I think June 11th is the only Saturday that I'm free, and that might be too short notice. But the 3 middle Saturdays of July, we're camping the first and last. There's 5 Saturdays in July. We're camping the first and the last one. But the 3 in the middle, I'm open. So, yeah, I don't think we ever at anybody in there, or at everybody, or anything like that. Nick just asked the question, and then I realized, like, oh shit, I keep forgetting to bring it up or try and set it up. So, yeah, when you have a chance, go look at the dates I posted. Brad and Nick both responded that they're free any of the dates that I've listed as being available. And if you can, say, oh yeah, like as long as you have notice, you could do any of the days of like in July or whatever. Just let me know what you could make work. And then I think I might hunt Ethan down in the shadows in the background. Get him to. He might have missed it too. Matus, you are very late out here, but you know what, Matus? It's okay. And well, let's just say that Norris the Grey wants you to know on my behalf that he appreciates that you're here. He's glad to see you. He hopes that you're well, and he appreciates your friendship. So Norris the Gray. Norris the Gray's been just a great pillar of the community this evening. Yeah, you're just in time for a lullaby, Matus. I'm just wrapping up. I've been wrapping up for about 45 minutes, but I really am for reals wrapping up now. So, Matus, thank you for being here. You know, just to show up, being very late out here. It's okay. Still happy to see you, and I'm still happy Josh showed up in the thanks for watching screen. I hope I did end up staying a little bit longer. So, Josh, I hope you I hope that helped a little bit. That I didn't go straight to the lullaby screen when you showed up. I hung out for another, you know, what is it, about a half hour? Yeah, good times. After 11 now. So, thank you all for being here. Hope you have a great weekend. We're gonna be camping this weekend. It's gonna rain all weekend, so we'll see how that goes. But we're hoping we still have fun. Oh gee, yeah, you could get it later today. $3.99 shipping for that option. Well, if you want it on Switch, and you know, I think it's definitely worth it. Although once you get your hands on those controls, you might, I don't know. I go, damn you, G-Law! I hate this game. It's unplayable. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. The controls are really hard. They're really frustrating. But I think they're that way on purpose. They took a long time to get used to, and I don't even know what it's gonna be like on the Switch. But, but I definitely think I think the game's worth it. Like I said, it's one of my favorites, but I can't claim this for everybody. But I think if you've liked watching it that much, then, and it looks like fun to you, and you don't mind that it might take a little while to get good at moving the ball around, then you're probably gonna be worth it for you too. But all right, guys, here we go. We're going to dim the lights. Here we are. You know what's happened. A lullaby. On behalf Norris the Gray, on behalf of the Game Lawyer channel, I'd like to wish you a good night. Go to sleep and good night. Your eyes are getting so heavy. Go to sleep now. EV23, Brad Picture, Tooth, Just Die, Nixie. Go to sleep, says Norris the Grey. I'll be waiting for you in your dreams. Or in the case of Brad, lurking him silently while he plays games.